cycles have passed. The 10th will never be. A great machine has cut the gods from the skies. Now the energy of chaos is removed from the world of Lacrin. Magic has ceased to exist. A changed world, a final cycle. There is one final journey to embark upon, a decisive duty filled, a mortal god, a few heroes, a last quest.
Bobo. You are running. And you're running as fast as you can, but your legs start to get heavy, and then heavier, and then heavier. And when you look down, you see that the dress you're wearing is covered in mud. And the fatigue starts to set into your legs like iron as you begin to trudge through this mud. The baby, your baby, doesn't cry. He's sitting in your arms quietly all through the fighting, through the running, and you know what you have to do, but the cost might be great because the magic is killing you. And each time you use it, small or large, you know it's taking a piece of you that you cannot regain. You call upon it one last time, and the fires that are tickling at the edges of your fingers rush forward as he rushes for you. And as you turn and see him, you see the form of Deavaki. You have to protect the child in your arms. Beyond him in the distance, you can see Bologna's west gate. What do you do?
Protecting the baby at all costs. I have to find a way out.
There is a
Another
sort of
path.
There is a sort of fireball coalescing at the end of your hand that you can use if you'd like.
I have the power?
Mm-hmm.
I will attempt to attack.
You launch this fireball forward, and you can see this form of Deaveki moving towards you. These kind of hands that are detached from him, that horrible face with the yellow eyes and the yellow core with the other faces that are sticking out from this weird kind of mechanical body, but it's twisted and changed a little. As the fireball strikes him, you can tell that it's done nothing, that it was a little more than not even a scratch. And he begins to grow. His size becoming something beyond anything you've ever seen. He's larger than a mountain. In the distance, you can see that the city of Bologna, and it's just tiny underneath him now as you watch this figure grow and grow. His detached hands growing with him. Your magic just utterly useless, and then suddenly he brings these hands down. There's a terrible kind of crack of thunder as Suna, you are standing atop a tower. Below you, the seas are crashing into this tower's base. Above you, there is nothing but stars. There's no land out there, just an ocean. And the top of this tower, with you in the center of it, is filled with crying babies. There must be about 100 of them. They're crawling over one another, and another set of waves crash into the base of this tower, but it's closer now, and as you maybe peek over the side, you can see that the water is rising up quickly, and it's going to crest the top of this tower, which is, as you understand it, the last bastion. What are you doing?
The babies that are crying, do I recognize them? You said 100 of them.
You don't recognize any of them in the sense that any of them are your babies. None of them look like anything other than children. You can see that there are human babies, there are tiefling babies, there are goblin babies. There is
Do I feel like I can do anything in this moment? This is the mortal realm before me, crawling over each other, and something is coming to take it, and I'm this is the last stand here.
Do you feel like you can do anything in this moment?
I feel like I can reach up into the stars and call forth some power to raise this tower up to prevent it from being swallowed by the sea. Yes, I do.
You attempt to do this as the base of the tower crumbles. You feel the tower fall. You feel that sensation of falling quickly, and as you fall, you see the stars above you fade out, all but 2 of them, which turn yellow. And Ellie, you are standing in a graveyard. There are the names on these graves that are very clear. Your comrades and friends, you can see Sauna, you can see Aura, Bo, Kalugi, Grim, Zach, Holcon. There is a field of them that spread outwards. The skeletal remains of a single oak tree in the distance as yellow lightning spreads across this dark sky. Merkel is standing behind you. You realize now that you have a chain around your neck and you're naked but for the iron that shackles you to him. And he begins to walk away from the graves and you find yourself dragged. You can see your feet are all blistered and kicking at the mud, and you can also now see the ghosts of your comrades walking along the horizon. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Is this just a bad dream?
Aura, the earth around you cracks open. It splits in several places and you suddenly see Alvin is running towards you as fast as is possible for him. You can see that he's probably not going to make it to you in time, and then the grasslands around you ignite, fires upon each blade. The smoke and ash rises so suddenly that it becomes hard to see. Your eyes sting, but Alvin is still visible barely, his little legs carrying him swiftly, but the land cracks again. He reaches out for the edge, and then he falls. There's a rope next to you, and it's already tied to the last tree, a big burning oak tree behind you. This rope is very large, like you might find for a ship. It's thick and it's coiled, but it's strong looking. Is there anything you do?
Can I either run to Alvin, or is it going to be faster for me to throw the rope?
You tell me. It's a
I'm going to
big
run
looking
towards.
thing.
I'm going to pick up the rope and I'm going to start running towards Alvin with the rope.
Yeah, you try to lift the rope and it's like iron, it's heavy. Before you realize it, you can see that your foot is caught inside this rope. Impossibly heavy, it begins to coil around you like a snake. You can't lift it, you can't move. There's a scream as Alvin falls. And then you awaken, Aura. Alone in a bedroom, you find yourself awake quickly. You're aware that this was a dream. The bed you're in is comfortable, but your body is soaked through from sweat. You can still feel the heat of that burning field, and you can smell the smoke from the dream, but it fades pretty quickly as dreams do. Buns floats lazily down to you and lands on the bed sheet, his head twisting from side to side, and he chirps before flying off again, swiftly circling the room. It's raining outside, but not so heavily. The drizzle continues of autumn. The sky is overcast. It's dark, but it's lightening up because it's sunrise, but a cold sunrise. You can hear noises from the next room as the others are preparing to head out to the west gate to meet Sauna. Aura, Bo, Ellie, Kalugi, Reginald, Worston, and Bob. You are in the Inquisition safe house. It's more of a manor, like a small manor house, very, very small in terms of like an extravagant thing. But it's still a big and expensive looking place. Very mildly furnished. It doesn't seem like anyone lives here. You've seen a couple of their safe houses now. They're just kind of a show. It has multiple bedrooms and quarters for study. There's a central hallway that connects all of the rooms with a stairway leading up to the bedrooms that each of you had your own one of. After you return from the tavern, We can assume that you all sat together maybe in the dining room and exchanged stories and spoke things over as your last few weeks have been apart. Bob is there, lying bandaged and immobilized in a very large and comfortable bed on the top floor. He's a thickly muscled, crimson-skinned tiefling who, if you didn't know what happened to him, your characters now do. He would have smiled and nodded at Aura's presence in a very non-threatening way. Reginald and Worston would have simply shrugged and left him to rest. The plan today is to head to the west gate at sunrise, sort of incognito. You're all planning on dressing as inquisitors, pretending to be shreds, which are like trainee inquisitors. Shreds is a kind of a term that they use in the Inquisition. Worston and Reginald are in their civvies clothes, but they have robes prepared for each of you. Kalugi is in his normal high-class scruffy look at the moment, but he's also kind of down for this. He's more desperate to get to speak to Grim for some reason than anyone else here, and keeps pushing for that, but that's about all. And then I assume, Aura, you probably come down to this room where you'd all agreed to meet. And you'll see a set of robes, or multiple sets on the tables. Worston and Reginald are probably discussing something. Bo, Ellie, we can assume that you're already there. Kalugi with his feet up on the table as Aura walks in. What do you guys do?
I think Bo would immediately go to Aura and give her a really big hug.
Good to have you back. Are you okay?
I think so. I'm just glad that you and Ellie are okay. I thought something really bad happened to you two.
Sounds like you got the worst of it. They actually put you in a jail cell for a few weeks. It was kloogy, nonetheless.
Hey, it actually wasn't as bad as, well, they spoiled us in there, believe it or not.
Really? Like how?
They gave us food and all the wine we could possibly want.
Maybe I should have let Bob arrest me anyway.
Huh, sounds like, you had a reason not to escape for those 2 weeks then.
Okay, well, look, listen, all right? It wasn't always like that at first. They stripped me butt naked and I was chained. I even weed myself. It was very embarrassing. Why did I
pissed
tell
your
you?
pants?
It wasn't even in my pants. I was butt naked.
Oh, so then you were just laying in your own piss.
Well, not quite. Fortunately, I was standing, but I was hoping to aim right, but I couldn't.
I turned to worse. I'm like, you got a pissing fetish or something? That's weird, man. Like, even we don't do that.
He pissed down himself. What do you want me to do? Go in there and hold his dick for him?
No, or clean it up, afterwards.
Or let him go to the bathroom if he has to go to the bathroom?
True.
Well, it was a scare tactic. I couldn't just go in there and hold his hand.
I mean, to each their own if you're into that, I guess,
Well, imagine he
Start to
was the
smell.
worst terrorist this world has ever known. I don't think pissing down himself would be too much of a big deal.
I mean, he's not really... Look at him. He's not really a terrorist. He's an old man. He's a crazy old man.
I'm not too
well.
traumatized by it. It's okay.
I know that now, don't I?
Oh. Bob gonna say, write down anything about this? Gonna tell anyone?
Bob's gonna be laid up. I don't think he's gonna be moving for a bit.
Alright.
Probably best. Gonna have to be a little bit discreet today.
Does
Yeah.
Bob know how to write?
Yes, he knows how to write. I think.
It's a fair question. He didn't seem to comprehend a lot of what I was telling him
I'm sure he
or asking of
comprehended.
him.
I'm sure he just didn't care. You can go and speak to him if you'd like.
Is that a good idea?
Probably not.
I wouldn't go alone.
Right then.
And if we're gonna be, you know, a little more laying low, that means that you two, and I point to Aura and Bo, I'm like, you two need to also lay low. Don't go on any killing sprees or talking sprees.
Well, Bob's here. I can just go talk to Bob in the other
No.
room.
I mean after we do the whole like infiltrating stuff.
We also have to go get Suna. We have to meet them.
Oh, I
meet her
know.
at the gate.
Yeah,
I'm not
Suna
worried
arrives
about
today.
Suna though. I'm worried about you two. I mean, I've infiltrated places before, and I'm sure these two weirdos have. So
Well, we can do what you did. Put on a disguise and
you have to see. It's more than just a disguise, though. You got to put on a whole act, and you got to act like these assholes. And I point to Worston.
Well, you got robes. One each. And, someone should take one for your friend.
Yeah. Okay.
If anyone asks anything, just let us do the talking.
That's fine.
We'll go to the west gate.
sounds good to me.
If she's not there by midday, we'll split up. Get on with other things. Can't just stand around.
Yeah, standing around makes us easier to find. I start to put on the robe.
Right.
I put on like over all my leathers and stuff because I don't really have bulky armor.
I would change off or take off my green robe and put on Inquisitor robes and just try to. They have hoods on them, correct?
Yeah, they're
I'd
kind of like
probably-
mage robes almost. They look a little like.
I try to like situate it so you couldn't really see my face.
Easily doable. They're crazy as well. You might not notice straight away, but they're filled with pockets and secret holes, and you can quite easily like unfold and fold out the sleeves to cover your hands or bring them back up. The hood is very large, so you can fold it down over your eyes. They're quite well made, not quite to the level of the finery you were wearing the night before, but relatively comfortable. They're quite thick, though. They seem like winter robes, the type of thing you might wear in the dead of winter. It's not quite that cold out yet, so you might get warm in them during the day. But as you each put them on, including Kalugi, who kind of awkwardly stands in his for a moment before moving around the table towards you all, Reginald says, should I wait here, perhaps? Just in case.
Just in case of what?
But yes, I suppose I could come along then.
No, you're right. You should stay. In case we all get wiped out. That's what you mean, right?
Yes.
Alright. You stay here. We'll go and get the, what is she, a witch? Alright. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
I hurriedly put on my robe and notice there's a secret hole in, well, somewhere very convenient. And I just kind of let off a big grin on my face.
Alright then.
Why are you grinning right now? This is
No,
weird.
no,
Are you
I'm just this robe is quite nice.
You're weird. I start to walk out.
Well, if anything goes wrong, make your way back here. But, yeah, I don't know. Back soon then.
And Kalugi follows in behind you, pockets a bottle of wine, and heads out. Three of you following Worston out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're at the north end of town. The west gate isn't too far away. And the five of you begin your trek through town. At the west gate, we join Suna and Cairo and Ippo and the twins and Zyra as you finally make it up to Bologna's West Gate. You can see this kind of bridge that sits across a pretty low tide river. I don't know what it would be called, but there's not as much water in this river as you would expect. It's very muddy below you. Ahead of you, there are a handful of guards standing around a very large gate that lies open. People seem to be coming in and out without being checked. You can see the guards kind of just standing around, kicking their heels. The sun is barely peeking over the horizon, giving you a little light as you first get onto this bridge, heading up towards the gate. Just on the inside of the gate, you can see that there's a stables with a very similar looking sign to the one that you found in Daedon, which was the Tigran's stables rentals sign. What are you guys doing?
Okay.
Who's
Well,
on the front of the cart? Suna, you wake up from a sleep.
right.
Or recently, within like the last 10 minutes or so.
So I'm not driving the cart. I'm in the back of the cart, and I've just woken up, or recently rather. When I come down from that, I'll come up to these two. I'm assuming that they're at the front with the reins. Yes. Okay. Are we there yet?
Yep.
All right. Well, I think the plan should be we return the cart and this horse. We want to make sure we return this horse for our new young friend here. Then I think I should approach alone first. I think you should stay back just in case.
Definitely.
Just in case. Yes. See, she agrees with me.
Right, really?
You don't fight this. What if it's a trap? Then you can help
Then
me.
I'd like to. Well, I
But
could
from a
help quicker
distance.
if I was right there.
Well, we
No,
can't
I
get
don't
her out
think
of a
so.
trap if we're trapped.
Yeah, exactly. You can't help if you're in the trap with me. So I think you should let me go in, at least front. I'm not saying you need to be gone, but, just a safe distance back. All right.
A little bit back. Just a wee bit.
All right. Just a small amount. And then once we know that it's safe, then I'll wave you forward. Well, I'll come up with a hand signal or something.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I'll just
I'll
reach behind my head and, hold this up or something. 3 fingers or something. I'll signal you.
You'll
Can you
figure it
see?
out.
Can you see that far? You can use your sight on your rifle, right?
I've
far
got
distance
my
back?
spy glasses. I'm not going to be that far back.
Well, you need to be a little bit farther back, right?
Be a little bit, but not a big bit. A wee bit. Just.
I just want to keep everybody safe. And I think the
Right.
best way for me to do that is to approach first.
Right, I'll be close enough to see a signal, but not so close that I'd be caught in a trap. I'll be halfway
Right.
between those 2 points.
There's a loud bang from behind you.
Jeez. Okay.
Standing up in the back of the cart is Zyra. She's just hit the shield
Oh,
with
Ring out loud.
the edge of her sword. She says, "I keep you safe.
Yes, but from a distance.
Do not worry."
Right. You're going to keep everybody. Do they understand they need to stay back with you, and then I'll go forward? You keep them with you, the two of you, right?
How about I go
Please.
halfway between them and you?
No, they need to be with you. I want everyone to be safe. Please do this for me.
Okay.
You have been to Tiorveln?
What?
This is much bigger than Tiorveln. I do not want to lose you in here and not find you
won't-
easy.
You won't. It'll be fine. We're literally meeting at the gate. We're going to return the cart and your horse, and you'll be able to see me. That's why I've got my nice little traveler's hat on, and I just need everyone to be safe.
Right.
Okay.
And if anything goes wrong, I'll scream or something will happen, and then you can come rush in. I'm sure it'll be
Okay.
fine.
it'll be fine. And It's good we stay back because if I have to, and I'll just kind of peek the badge out and show her the badge, my Inquisitor badge.
Exactly. See,
I have
Okay.
tools.
she
What
she
is-
can.
She snatches down and snatches at it, but probably you pull it back before she grabs at it.
Oh my goodness, yes.
What is it?
Just a tool.
Tool
It-
for what?
Rescuing, if we need it.
Your magic will
Yes.
not work anymore. Try.
Oh, she's so sweet. It's not magic, honey.
Uh.
It's intimidation.
Right. Okay. So the plan is soon you'll go ahead, not so
Okay.
far ahead that we
Right.
can't see you.
Exactly.
And then we'll wait for you to wave your hand or something, and then we'll come get you.
Yes, exactly. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Are we ready?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Okay.
We're ready.
You guys
And,
taking the cart all the way up to the stables, or are you gonna hop out?
We're gonna return the cart. Yeah, we're gonna return the cart and the horses first.
Yeah, you can see it's the first thing on the inside of the
Yeah.
gate. There's another building on the other side, which is probably some sort of militiaman, watchman part of the gate, and then there's just this very large-looking stables, all inside, no big field like the other one. A smaller-looking thing considering, but you get the sense that there's probably others at other points of the gate, which Cairo is very aware of to be the case. Ippo maybe. The cart trundles up and you see a very tired looking gentleman who looks pretty similar to the fellow that you met at the other side lift his head up and walk over
Oh,
and
he's
say,
the brother, right?
yeah, you can assume
Yes.
that. He walks forward and says, is that one of mine?
Yes, yes.
Right.
I don't know about this horse though. This extra horse here. We met one of our companions on the road. She was coming towards us as we were coming towards her, so we've just brought this one back.
I think so.
Well, I'd like you to be sure,
The,
otherwise it's our gold.
The Zyra stands up. This your horse. He's not dead. Very good. Yes, okay. And you're just
Great.
returning them.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, can I take the name? Did you leave a name?
Oh shit. I look back at Ippo. I have completely forgotten what fake name I gave him.
Was it someone you knew's name or something? Was it?
Oh, I don't know. I blurted it out. It just came out.
What's happened since?
Oh, I can't remember if I gave your brother our name, but I'll tell you what. Tell him it's the old couple that he thought was probably going to get murdered by the tabaxi. He'll know us. He'll remember.
The name of the horse?
Oh, the name of the
Oh.
horse. Stripes.
Stripes.
Stripes. Right.
Yep.
Okay, Stripes. He pulls out a notepad. You see him write down the name. Kind of looks up and takes you all in. And this one? This horse?
Do you remember your horse's name, sweetie?
This horse? Bell. Bell,
Bell.
yes, right, yes. Okay, you've been... Right, yes. You've been here before? No. He looks at you, Sooner.
No, I don't think I have. I don't suppose I have.
You look familiar.
Maybe.
Very well. Closes the
Getting that
book.
a lot lately.
Yes, okay. He takes the reins and leads the cart to one side and ties it and says, you may depart. I assume you are all paid up. If you're not, we know the Assassin's Guild.
So do I. Okay. Have a great day.
Yes, very well. Thank you
Bye.
for your business.
And I'll turn to these two here, and I think I just saw something.
What'd you see?
Where?
No, not here. I mean, I think I just had a sight. And I
A
just
vision?
I think so, but I can't tell if it's my own. I used to be able to feel it, the difference between something that was coming from elsewhere and my own brain, but with magic gone, I can't tell the difference if this is just my own anxieties or if it's actually something that might come to pass.
What was it?
I'd really rather not say.
Okay, well,
But I
just
need you to stay here, and I need you to stay safe. And everything we do from now on is extremely important.
understand.
If you, but
It's
do
okay,
you?
just
I want to make sure that you understand that what you do and what I do and what we all do here is extremely important. This isn't just some thing that I feel is important. It is important.
Suna, hey. I understand. Okay,
Okay, wait right here. I'll go wait at the gate.
okay.
So you all stand around. The twins follow you.
No.
No, wait.
And
What?
I grab their hands.
Matt?
I point to, I point and touch my forehead where a third eye would be. No, you stay.
Stay with me here. Okay?
They look at each other and then they turn around.
Stay.
They stand still.
I
Okay,
will.
good.
I will summon you. Yes, stay. Okay, all right. I'm going.
You go.
Okay. And then I will go up to the gate and I'm trembling. I'm so scared.
Roll me a dice. And the others roll me a dice as well, not Cairo and Toby. Do we have an Ellie?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was just everybody there.
Oh, no,
Okay,
you too.
my bad.
Sooner, heading towards the gate is what at first appears to be a bunch of mages in dark robes. The light is pretty dim here.
Mages.
You can see just a group of dark hooded robed figures heading towards the gate. They don't seem to have clocked you yet.
Great. I'd like to hide.
Roll me a dice.
If I use an ability, will I have to roll a dice or can I just do the thing?
No, you just do the thing.
Great. I think, can I do... It might not be possible, but I'd like to do over there where it'll redirect a nearby creature, but they haven't clocked me yet. So I don't know if I can do that. I can't do distraction. All right. Oh, dear God. 7.
How do you terribly hide yourself?
I think... I think I see these mages and I immediately panic and they haven't clocked me yet. So I'm like, oh. And then I probably just like turn around and I'm like, and what's this you have here for sale? And I'm just so absolutely absurd that of course they look over and like, who the hell is that?
The moment you all hear it, you recognize Suna standing by herself near the portcullis of the west gate. You were all kind of heading towards the gate, true. She's maybe stood to the one side. There aren't too many people just standing around here. There is one group of people standing over by the stables in front of a cart that's being wheeled in. There's a handful of guards standing around underneath the portcullis itself and a few merchants coming and going. But for the most part, the west gate is relatively quiet and not a lot of traffic. The few of you that know who Suna is and what to recognize, which is all of you bar Weston, will suddenly recognize her as she kind of does this terrible pretense
you
of
say?
hers.
Wonderful.
What do you all do?
I think I just like, I don't
think
even
I could
say anything.
possibly
I
use
just
that.
point at her.
One of the mages points at you.
I said, but I'm trying to pretend like I don't see it. But I do. Out of the corner of my eye, see the mage point at me. Oh, thank you for your time, but unfortunately, I can't buy that. Thank you, bye. And then I will try to run away.
Yeah, there's a man standing just perplexed looking at you before he shakes his head and moves away from you.
Why is she being so loud?
I'm gonna slip off the cart and try to cut her off.
I am trying very hard to run away.
I honestly
now,
don't think you.
Now I can do over there, right?
I mean, you could do that. Yeah.
I mean,
What is it?
PB knows it's them, but Suna doesn't.
Yeah.
So,
What do you? What do you?
I
What do you?
would 100% try to use a point to say over there, which is I do something very distracting. You make a suggestive gesture or redirect a nearby creature, but you're not hostile towards me, but I'm perceiving you as hostile. So I'm just going to say
Yeah.
that that's
Yeah.
okay.
What are you
It
doing?
looks like we're pursuing you, so.
Yeah, 100%. So it redirects against somewhere else. So I will... I think I just turn around and I look at somebody. I look in a different direction. I'm like, Charlie, is that you? And then I just immediately kind of, as soon as I feel like you maybe are heading, or you at least look for a second to see what I'm looking at, then I will duck away and
She
hide.
points and exclaims at someone across the road. All of you instinctively look over there, and when you turn back, she's gone. She's
I have
moving.
hidden underneath a cart. So
She's just
that's
vanished.
what I'm doing.
There's a few places she could have gone. There's a cart, there's an alleyway, there's all the way back out of the gate if she was quick enough.
Oh, I panicked and got under a cart.
You all know she's under the cart because you know her so well.
Yes, probably.
Um,
Maybe you could even
for you,
see my arm
Suna,
peeking out.
these dark-robed figures move around you. There's 5
Oh,
of
God.
them. 2 kind of hanging
can't
back,
help
whereas
you.
3 suddenly
think you
start
think I'm
moving
someone I'm
around the
not.
cart. One
Please.
moves around the left, one
Help
moves
me.
around the right.
Help me!
I drop
They're
Ahi's
accosting an
dagger.
old woman.
I
Help!
drop Ahi's dagger at my feet.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh no! And I'm immediately thinking something terrible has happened to Ellie, because obviously no one would have Ellie's dagger unless it's Ellie. And of course I don't clock that maybe you're in disguise. I immediately think these horrific people have murdered you. And so I think I just start, oh no, Ellie! I'm so sorry I didn't get here
I
in
immediately
time.
lean down. I'm like, shh, you gotta
Yeah.
stop saying my name.
Ellie!
I thought you get it.
Oh, I just grab your face.
Aura
and
got it.
I just grab your face and I bring you forward and I just start kissing your cheeks and your forehead. Oh, and I start
Oh.
crying. I'm so glad you're
Okay,
all
I
right.
only
I'm
kind
so
of missed
glad
this.
you're all right. I
Very
was
awkward.
so worried. Please tell me they're with you. Are they with you?
Yes, shh, we gotta keep it down though.
I
They're right here. They're in the robes.
Aura? Wait, what? Why are you in robes? Why are you dressed like
Disguise.
this?
We should have told her.
Well, we
Yeah,
can't do this the
maybe.
first time we're seeing her.
Here, hold on. Help me get off the floor.
I help. I obviously help. And then I'm like, we can't just walk around saying, "Hey, it's me." People are looking for us.
I'm totally crying now, and I'm just bringing you in, and I'm just, oh, I'm so glad. You have no idea. I had this crippling thought and feeling in my chest that you were constantly in danger, and I'm just so glad to see you're all right. And look at you, you're so beautiful. And I'm touching Aura's face, and I'm like, oh,
I've missed you. I
missed you too.
and I'm just like hugging her, and I'm squeezing her probably a little too tightly.
Oh, I don't care. And I'm
so
just
worried you weren't gonna get back, and it was a long time. And we've
Oh,
missed
no.
you.
Nothing could keep me from you. And Bo, look at your beard. Come here.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Literally fountain.
We should do this.
I'm so happy.
We should do this inside. We should do this inside. Hey.
Oh no.
Inside.
Who's this?
Oh, this is
There are
this is it.
2 other people, but they're kind of at back at the moment. Like, you can see that you
But they're
3
wearing
are-
the same robes,
Yeah,
right?
there's just 2 other figures standing back from you. One of them kind of wobbling, steps forward and just whips the robe off, and you see Kalugi. He's looking... he looks a little bedraggled because he's spent 2 weeks underground. But he opens his arms and says, "Good to see you. Look at that.
Good to see you.
You're
too.
alive. They thought you were dead. I
alive.
said, "There's no way you can kill this one. She's the strongest
yes,
witch
I'm
I've
hard
ever
to
met."
Kill, yeah.
She said that she would be dead. I had money on it that she wouldn't. You owe me 50 gold. And he points at
Now,
you,
that's a
Ellie.
lot of gold that you bet on my old bones here, but you were right.
Wait, who said that you'd be dead?
It's just,
Kalugi.
it's just a joke. All right,
just
so
trying
now
to-
that
none
she's
None of us
here,
said that. None of us said that. I
Yeah,
want.
none of us said that.
right? Well,
Right.
Oh, you drunk.
Just-
Okay.
just
Well,
have.
I'm glad
Would you
everyone's
like
all
a
right.
drink?
I would love one. However, and who are you?
You see
Questions
the
you two, right?
last figure
Yeah.
kind of look around
Is that
at
Grim?
everyone. He
Well,
brings
I know
his hood down,
not
and you
Grim.
see this person that you do not recognize at all. Cairo, from your position far away, you probably recognized Worston regardless, just from his
Yeah, I'll be stepping
swagger
back.
and his gait. But there's a firbolg that stands before you, kind of small for a firbolg, but kind of like a giant kin gnome figure, kind of rough looking. Though the clothing he's wearing looks relatively decent underneath. He looks around at the others and says,
Yeah, incognito. Yeah, no one's gonna see you lot screaming in the street.
I tried to tell him we should go inside. And I
I'm
tried to
used-
usher Suuna back to the cart.
It's been a long time.
Hold
right?
on. I'm using an ability with this man in front of me. I'm using my insight. You see the intentions of a nearby creature, discovering a prominent motive. Choose one effect each time you use this ability. You learn something the creature intends to do in the next 10 minutes. I've been waiting to use this until I felt
he's
like I
desperate to
had
get off
magic
the
back.
street. He's immediately looking around. He brings his hood back up.
Hood's up.
All right.
You don't know who's
Hood up.
watching. They've been waiting for you.
Okay. Can I use the ability again? Spend another one?
Yeah.
All right. Great. You learn something they intend to do to a specific creature of your choice. Me.
I don't know how you would interpret it really, but you can tell that he seems more like a chaperone here. He doesn't seem to have
Okay.
any.
He doesn't seem to want to intend me any harm.
No,
Great.
he slightly felt. You get the sense that he wants to intend everyone harm, but it also seems like he has resting bitch face.
All right, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Yes, I'd love to get off the street, but I have brought some people with me. Is it okay if I call them over now?
How many?
How many?
Let's see. There's one, two, and then of course there's the two twins, and then five.
Twins?
5 people?
I did.
Did
yes.
you just pick up
It's
people
quite the
along the...
posse.
I shouldn't be surprised. You make friends with everyone.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
If they're
very
hired, we don't need them.
Excuse you?
If they're
Would you like
hired,
to say that again?
we don't need them. We're trying to
no.
stay discreet.
Great. Well, I'd say the 4 of us are fighting to stop the end of the world, and we'll decide what is needed or not. Thank you. And we absolutely need them. Can I call them over now? Great.
Yep.
And I just wave.
Yep.
Come on over. It's
Just-
fine.
Yep, it's fine. Just yell. It's
Right.
fine.
Sorry.
I like slink into the darkness a little bit.
Right. I mean, come look at
Signal.
this, honey.
Let's go.
Start heading
Hon-
over.
honey?
I'm not.
Bo, roll me a dice.
We're incognito as well. We're disguised as a family.
15?
I slipped
Cairo
into the
rolled me
shadows by
a-
the stable.
The dice. Oh, okay. You're not coming over.
No.
15, Bo. Walking towards you. You have a moment. There is this strange moment where you recognize one of these people. You get the immediate sense that you want to run. When you were younger, just a young man, there was a particular guard among the watch who had it in for you. You know, you don't recognize the figure walking towards you, but you also had that image burned into your instincts. This figure walking towards you with a rifle on his back and now a very long grey beard and grey hair is that very same watchman who caught you once,
Holy shit.
but failed many more times. and like a game of cat and mouse for several years would... How long ago? How many years ago?
Well, he
Hippo?
has been gone for 30 years, right, Hippo?
Well, yeah, but this could have been before then, potentially.
It's maybe like 40 years ago. So
There he is. Do you know his name? Does he know your name?
You were a city guard? I'm sorry, I don't know this.
Hippo,
funny.
did you ever... Would he have had any chance of getting your name from you?
well, it probably would have been like Watchman Tobith or something. You know.
Watchman Tobith. Oh, your arch enemy from when you were much younger, much blonder, much greener at the craft is heading towards you right now.
Right, we're posing as a family as well, so come look at this.
I immediately avert my eyes and change my.
You gotta piss again, Bo? What's going on?
No, I don't.
Oh, you have to poop, don't you?
We'll be quiet
No,
about it,
not
all
that
right? We'll be
either.
quiet. So, where's Cairo?
Where is you?
Sorry?
That name.
What?
You
Say it
know,
again.
Carla.
Roll me a dice.
I'm going to use my ability again.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to insight because I'm panicking now. I've said her name and I don't know this man, and I'd like to learn something they intend to do to that specific creature of your choice, Cairo.
To do, I don't think you get the sense that he wants to do anything, but he reacted with the most reaction you've seen from him so far.
Yeah,
As soon as you
alright.
mentioned he spun around on you, took a
Okay,
step forward.
Look, I know it's a dangerous situation, and I know I tend to yap a bit, and I think I've realized she hasn't stepped forward, and he recognizes her. I'm going to trust that she didn't do it for a reason. Oh, and I'm sorry, Ippo, what did you say her name was?
Carla.
Carla? Carla, right here. And I point to our new armored friend.
She holds out a hand
Knowing she's
roughly
going to-
forward and says,
Yep.
Zaira!
Right.
Oh, Zai.
I
That was
always
it.
mess it up. That's it. I don't know how I missed her. She's huge in armor there.
Sorry, I mistook what you said. Don't worry.
That's all right. It happens all the time. So these are my new companions, and
I
oh
count
boy.
them. Are there only 4?
God damn it.
There's
Yes.
so in front of you guys you see 2 quite young looking but strong I guess foreigners. They would just be in kind of strange wraps, but they'd have cloaks over them that just that they would have loosely wrapped over them from the drizzle and the rain. They're both carrying staffs, one of them carrying Suna's staff. There is an armored looking, again, doesn't really look like any armor that you recognize, kind of thickly pauldron. She has like a bandana around her head, red hair. She looks very dirty and kind of like scrappy. If you kind of glanced, you'd think that she was maybe a bandit, but then again, it would suggest that she's probably just some sort of hired knight of some kind. She looks like a mercenary. And then there's this very old man that I think all of you might immediately guess is Toby, just through the many times that Suna will have mentioned him and
that's
discussed
Would I
it.
have
really
met them in
fair.
the dream world, though? Like when we dreamed for a year, would I have met him?
That's probably the strongest point because I described him as a monster, so I don't think they would recognize him
That's true,
immediately.
actually.
I was like,
You would
he's
never
a-
have
he's a
described him
bastard.
correctly.
Yeah, I never. So I don't know if they would recognize him right away.
They also know you
but
very well.
That is true.
Yeah.
But that is a good question that I would like to know the answer to as well. In this dream, where she came to visit me
Yeah.
and met him, would she recognize him from that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
Yeah.
very interesting indeed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
that
wouldn't
that
say
implies
anything on
something.
it.
All right.
I think
okay.
even as, like, I would count in my head, but then I'd be like, it's not 5. But I wouldn't say that to anyone, obviously, because I know Sauna, and I know if she's saying 4 instead of 5, or there's a reason for it. So I'm not gonna like call her out in
Bless
front of
you.
Worston.
Thank you.
It's for my own mental note.
Yes. Right. So this is everyone. Shall we go somewhere safer?
Did you have kids that I didn't know about? And I point to the 2 littler ones.
Maybe it's better if we have this talk in private.
You're right. I know.
Yeah.
They're so young looking. Okay.
They are, but
This complicates issues.
they
It's
can
a lot
handle
more.
their own.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
well-
situation's gotten really complicated here.
I mean, it's far more complicated than anybody initially anticipated. I'm sorry. Who are you again? Why is he with us?
Oh, he's part of the Inquisition.
What?
We should probably talk about that not here. We have a lot
not
to
so
tell you.
loudly.
Now wait a minute.
He-
Hold on.
he-
I'm not going
Probably
anywhere
sorry.
with this man.
He's fine.
He's being
And the other
frivolous.
guy,
I don't know if he's fine.
well,
I mean, I know
trust.
that you say that he's fine, and I trust you, Ellie,
I
implicitly.
put my hand on Aura, and I'm like, she beat some sense into one of them, so I think they're fine.
If you come with us, you can see what I did.
Yeah, she turned into quite the me.
I
for a
look
little
up
bit.
into the sky. Do I see Keepy?
Um,
I feel like Cairo is trying to tell me something, so I'm just gonna glance up and see if I see Keepy.
Cairo, what's Keepy doing?
Worston knows Keepy, so,
So I can't see Keepy.
yeah, Keepy's not flying about. Keepy is beside the stable with me, kind of lurking in the shadows.
I look over at Ippo, just for a moment. Okay. All right. We'll come with you.
Don't worry, we'll keep you safe. Right, Bo?
Everyone keeps saying that. I'm not. I'm old, but I can.
No,
handle
no.
my
I
own.
trust that you can take care of yourself, and you got this guy too. And I
Yes.
nudge,
Oh,
Hippo.
this is Toby. Ippo.
Have you?
What? Hi. Hi. And I put my hand out.
Oh,
Uh,
hi. Hi. You must
This
be
is
Aura.
this. Yep, Aura and Bo and Ellie.
I'm
I
trying
just
to
have
like.
a stupid grin on my face the entire time.
Oh, I heard so much about all of you, and on first impression, you're not nearly as bad as you made out.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Wait,
enough. That's enough. I don't know what he's talking about. I've said nothing but wonderful things about all of you.
I don't know. She kind of said that I was
No, I
expecting
did.
a
I
little
said
younger.
it was a
a little more handsome.
I absolutely. There's not.
what she
so
said about you. She said
maybe
that,
perhaps we should go inside,
very
or
strong.
I'm just going to get
Yeah,
louder.
we should
Yeah, no,
just
let's
get
hide.
off the street, right? That's okay. Let's go
I
somewhere.
start smiling at Sauna as I walk inside.
I'm flustered. I'm blushing, and
Yeah,
I'm just.
You have like a 10-minute walk ahead of you. Cairo, roll me a dice.
Oh boy.
I am shook at the realization that my arch nemesis
is some
is Toby.
You all start
Switch from my
heading
arch
away.
nemesis to
Bo,
yours.
deeply inside the robe,
Yeah.
head down, maybe walking ahead of everyone so that no one can see under the thing.
Right.
And you all start moving away. Worston falls back and looks back towards the gate for a moment before turning back and following you as a group back towards the safe house. Cairo, what are you doing?
So I was just observing.
Mhm.
I think I'm trembling a little bit. I've had a vision that scared me, especially since the Sauna one came to pass, or at least she's real. So I think I go and sit behind the stable and just kind of slink to the ground and sit on my butt and have Keepy on my shoulder, and I'm just breathing hard and trying to think what I should do.
Yeah, you see the others start to move off and head further up and along one of the larger paths here that leads into the sort of the top of Midtown, where you can move off and head into Bellona, There's a moment where Worston turns back and looks directly at where you are, and then heads after where the others are going. And everybody
I saw him do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, in Cairo's mind, this is either a trap and I know where the safe houses are and I need to stay back and see what I can do, or, I'm hanging back.
The group move through the town.
Yes.
You're brought to the safe manor, this safe house of theirs, this relatively large, out-of-the-way house. Worston opens the door, and as soon as he opens the door, you can see a maybe 30-somethings man staring at you all as the door opens. He looks over and sees this kind of entourage of people that have followed, and he looks at Worston and says, "Oh, that's more than one woman."
Yep. Yes, it is. Right, in we go. Through there. Perhaps I'll go get everyone a drink. Well,
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, we
I
don't
think-
need a drink.
I think you'll sit right here among all of us and we're all going to talk for a minute. Sorry to be so, but I don't trust anyone, especially you lot. No offense.
Fine. You see him turn around and
I
close
mean, if
the
you
door
were in
behind
my
him.
shoes, you wouldn't let one of us go for a walk, would you?
I mean, how do we trust this one? And I point to the mercenary-looking woman. I say, I don't
All
know
right,
who
well,
this is.
that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit down and we're going to talk. But I'm just
okay.
saying, like, if you put us all in one, tent or one area, and then somebody went for a walk, it's a perfect opportunity for you to come back with an entourage. So absolutely not. You're going to sit down and we're
Yeah, I
all going to
agree
have a
with it.
talk.
all right. After you then.
And he points towards the room. There's a very large dining table that would probably seat like 8 people. I think there's more than that here. Kalugi barges past everyone, sits down, puts his feet up at the thing, drops the robe, starts swigging from the bottle. You see the Reginald, this other Inquisitor who isn't in his robes, just looks like any average civilian man in town, kind of watching everybody. He kind of sizes everybody up a little bit. You can see him just checking over the newcomers, but not in a malicious way necessarily. He's just kind of like looking at everyone, nodding at them in a curt greeting. And if everybody moves in and finds a seat at the table, you all find yourselves sat around this table. Let's see. Zyra would not sit down. She's probably standing by the door. You see her kind of rest the shield up against the door frame maybe, and then she crosses her arms and silently watches everything going on. The twins would have done something similar, I think. They're probably still standing by the door. Like, everybody starts moving through, and then you realize that the Varaz and Tia are still by the door with their staffs.
I think I'd go and get the twins some food or something while everyone talks.
So, you're pretending to be a family?
Yeah, well, yeah, to get here we were. Yeah, absolutely. Boy, do I have a tale for you. But do you mind, since I don't know your new very curious friends here. Can I ask how this came to be?
Well, it's kind of okay. Well, the Inquisition wanted us to. They thought we were terrorists. I guess that's the best way to put it. They thought that we caused
Terrorists?
the end of magic. And
Well, I mean, to be fair.
yeah. And
Well,
so
it
they
wasn't
thought.
us. It was due to the circumstance we were in, though.
Well, yes,
So-
wasn't it technically you lot? And I point to the Inquisition.
No,
Your lot, right?
no, it was not. We
All
still
right.
don't know if it was your lot.
No, all right. It was your lot. Keep telling yourself it wasn't. I'm sorry. What were your names again?
Red Bloom. And this is
Red-
Inquisitor Sheridan.
Red Bloom and Sheridan. Right.
That's Worston and that's Reginald.
I reach underneath the table and I grab Ippo's hand and I squeeze it very tightly because we know that one of those names. And now I know why Cairo is not here. Great. So, well, here's the story. When everything was over, I woke up in the woods and I walked back to my cottage where this man was squatting, living in my cottage, if you can believe that. I'm gone for what, 10 months? And then you're just already living in there? Absolutely absurd.
Happened to stop by as I was.
Oh, happened to stop by and rummage through my cupboards, more like. Absolutely
That's not how
insane.
it.
Right. So I
Okay.
decided I was going to come back here because I knew I needed to run into you lot. I wanted to make sure that you were safe. And he, of course, decided he had to come with me and make sure
She
that I
begged
was
me
all
to
right.
Come along, practically.
No, I didn't. I did not beg you. I did not. I
She
did
even
no
cried
such.
a little bit, I'm
I
pretty sure.
didn't even. No, I would
100%.
never shed a tear. Absolutely not. No, I didn't. Anyway, he came along, and then we happened to hire some friends to come with us. We met some people along the way, and they're without magic, I feel a little bit different. So I felt I needed a little bit more protection. So that's why we have the hired help here. I am lying through my teeth.
So Toby, you decided that it would be good to go with Suna.
Yeah. I mean, she missed a couple of wee things in there. That there was a giant snake, and there was some
It
goblins.
It ate me. The snake ate me whole. It was
didn't
horrific.
Like taste though, like barfed it up again.
I didn't like the taste. I punctured my way out of that. I did that. It was going to eat all of me because I'm delicious.
So since you two have been together this whole time, you've had a lot of time to talk, right?
I
Yeah, filled me
immediately
in
turn red.
Yeah,
I looked
filled me
directly
in
at
on,
Suna.
Fill me in on everything. First, I didn't. But I was like, "What are you talking about? Did you eat some mushrooms that you should have?" But then, it kind of came together and it made sense,
Yeah.
I don't. What?
Nothing. I'll tell you when
It
you
just kind of it's a bit, yeah,
I look at
It's a
what's
bit
Bo
odd.
doing.
confusing.
I am trying not to make eye contact with Toby at all. I'm listening in. I'm nodding my head as the conversation continues.
I step in front of Bo between like breaking the line of sight from Toby, and I'm like, "You got something to say, Bo? What's going on?"
I didn't realize me and Toby have some history.
Like, you're in a relationship? History?
No, no.
I mean, I just thought because
No,
it's
no, not that kind of history. I'm afraid. No.
didn't get along.
He's been after my ass for years.
Well, thank goodness you only have half of it left. You can just
Well,
give the
no,
other
but-
half to him. And
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know if he's still after that ass.
well, you could just ask him.
No, you can't just simply ask.
I turn back to Toby.
And so that's our story, right?
Question.
Basically.
Yep. hmm
So, Toby, do you have anyone in particular that you maybe don't like at all? Like you hate? Like just cannot stand? Like if you saw them, you would punch them in the face?
I turn and I look at Hippo. Like, yes, I'd like to know this too.
Mm.
And would it look like
No.
this man? And I point to Bo.
I'm just appalled at Ellie. I just give her this look, and I even like lower my glasses down.
I put my hand on Bo's shoulder. I'm like, it's okay. I'm here.
What the heck? Why would he hate Bo? You've never even met the man. This is
No,
absurd.
hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Can you
Are we about to?
say? Can you say? I didn't know she had a boyfriend.
Wait, come again?
Couldn't you say that for me?
Something about boyfriend?
Say, ow, my ribs.
Ow, my ribs! Oh no.
Bo, you didn't. Of all the things you did. I mean, I'm not surprised though. So
That was. Huh. Isn't that strange? good to see you, I guess.
You're fine. There you go.
Well, good to see you too.
Wait, you two know each other?
But well, isn't that a coincidence? That's
Small world for sure.
And it's getting smaller by the minute. Go on.
Back in the well, see, there's a lot that I didn't. Well, you want to have a wee chat in private sooner, maybe just.
I almost didn't recognize you.
Wait, you two have history with
I can.
Bo?
Do you want? We can just step out and I'll
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with it. I mean, I was married. It's fine if you two had a
No.
relationship. I'm
No.
I'm
No.
totally okay with it.
no. See, I thought the same thing.
No, it was definitely no.
No.
Be a cute couple.
We had a professional relationship.
I guess you can say that.
Well,
Yeah.
I know what Bo used to do. Bo used to whore himself. So are you telling me that's what you used to do as well?
No.
No.
It wasn't
I'm
like
I'm
you
fine
also.
with it. I'm
No,
fine.
no.
It's fine. You can just
No.
say so.
No. Had a habit of dipping pockets as well, isn't that right?
Used to be a thief?
A pickpocket isn't exactly a thief. It's a bit more cowardly. No offense.
Cowardly? Excuse me?
So wait a minute. I'm sorry.
It takes skill.
Yeah,
It does
I'm
take.
willing.
Sure.
It takes some skill.
You used to be a thief, and I'm looking at Hippo.
Don't meet. No.
Well, I don't know. You've never talked about this period of your life, and I never asked because I'm trying to respect your privacy.
So, but then that's why. Well, that's.
So then, what professional working relationship did you have? Did you buy the things that he stole?
No.
I tried to stop him stealing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Could you be a little bit clearer? Because it sounds to me like you're saying you were like a city guard or something.
That's pretty much. Well, he was something even.
Yeah.
He had a higher position than that. He was. He was one of the big boys. Hey.
No, see, that's the thing. That's not entirely true. That is,
No,
Now you're
this
just
is-
being
This
humble.
is the funniest thing I've ever heard. You, cynical man who believes in nothing just and everything's corrupt. You were a city guard?
This guy was always the
can't.
gray sprinkle on my rainbow cupcakes.
Oh,
He was just
that's rich.
always
That's
ruining my day.
Mhm.
He made
Alright.
things extra hard, and not the good kind.
That was too much. That was too far.
Was it
That
too much?
You
information.
could have just
That
stopped
was-
right
yeah.
before that. Would have been
Oh.
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. Just okay.
I mean, we were already talking about a relationship with this guy. Now you're saying things are too hard, and
No,
you're not just...
it was nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
so
take your word for it.
that's us. What about you lot? How have you been? How did you get here? Did you just wake up here when that
Well,
was
Bo
over?
and I did. We woke up here, and I'm assuming Aura woke up in her town, right?
Did you have the same experience I did? With the
I didn't fall in love, if that's what you're saying.
what? I'm not.
I looked to Toby.
No, I meant the year of your life. That
Oh
you
yeah,
experienced.
I experienced a whole year. Even visited you
Yeah,
out in the middle of nowhere.
wait, what? I
Yeah.
had that too. I dreamt, I guess, that you visited me,
Yeah, and then
and we went to go see my family in Dustville together.
yep,
All right.
Bo married someone that looked like me, and it was weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I didn't experience that. Bo never came to visit me, you bastard.
He was busy. He also correct me
did-
if I'm wrong, but
I did
didn't
get
you
a letter
also?
though. You were you had a baby on the way, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rascal.
Imagine a little Bo running around. Terrifying.
Well, I mean, there was that one time where we were all young, so I can kind of
that's
imagine that.
true.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a little big Bo, and Aura. I did see Aura though twice, right? Aura
Yeah.
was pregnant too.
I was up until when I woke up.
Yeah.
I told Klex, obviously. before
Yes,
I came
you
down.
kept your
Well,
promise.
there and also before I came here.
Oh. And he's not here with you now?
No, Alvin wasn't doing well when the magic left, so he's watching over him and gives me something to go back to.
Yes. Well, hopefully we can do something about that. Should we discuss that maybe?
We have to figure out what we're gonna do. So
Well, it's
you
here,
remember that paladin, Grim, right?
Yeah, of course. I was expecting this gentleman to be Grim.
No, what happened is he for some reason stormed the castle and tried to attack the queen, and we don't know why, and now they're holding him prisoner.
Well, is she a demon? That's the only reason why he would do that, right?
I look at
Pretty
Kaluki.
much.
Kalugi lifts a drink and says, "He owes me 50 gold pieces, let me tell you that much. We're gonna go
he's
bust
the
him
one-
out so that I can get that gold back." That's what I
Right, he's
said.
the one that thought I'd be dead. Well, that's fair. He's
Did I mention
all,
that the queen is a demon?
Yeah, you said that. You've mentioned it like
I feel
20
like we
times
should
to
maybe
me.
deal with that as well, Mr.
All right.
Inquisitor.
I don't
Our-
think the queen is a fucking demon. All right.
Okay, well, what do you think? Why are you even here? What
Okay.
is your involvement in this? Are you going to help or what?
Hopefully. Let's straighten things out, shall we? This might take a little while, so let's start from the
Go
beginning.
on.
And he begins to speak. And as the few of you have discussion, Cairo, outside. I think this should work if I flip. Yeah, kinda. Just about. It's all good. I have a solo screen, but you can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Cairo, you are outside. Roll me a dice.
12.
A 12 is a success. You see the door open. You see Reginald step out, close the door quietly behind him, and begin to scout the area. I'm going to roll a dice for him. We're going to see if he can beat a 12. Huh. He is a little more experienced than you. He was trained partially by the Thieves Guild and partially by the Assassins Guild and partially by some of the best of this and that. And then he joined the Inquisition. So he starts to move around very quietly. You see him move towards the front of the gate. You were probably in mid-transit as you were moving around the side of the building to find out where everybody was inside to maybe get a good vantage point or listen in on the conversation that was happening. And you notice that he immediately picks up on one of your tracks and then turns around. He brings out 2 daggers and just shouts into the kind of yard area that you're hiding in and says, "Okay, come out. I've got your tracks. You're not as skilled as you think you are."
I reach into my cloak, and my hand is probably trembling a little bit, and I pull out my badge in front of me, and he probably just sees my hand sticking out with the badge because I was trying to hide.
Now where on earth did you find a thing like that?
It's mine, Reginald.
Cairo? You stand up.
Yep. I don't answer.
He's looking at you in full tabaxi makeup and garb. And then he drops the daggers and rushes towards you. Cairo, you're... We thought you dead.
What? Almost was.
He moves around, and while you're kind of hiding and things, he moves around the side of you and looks at you and grabs at you, kind of, and tries to lift you up. What, are you okay? Why are you hiding? Come inside.
Well, I didn't know. Speaking of sides, which one we were on? You see, these people are not the enemy. It
Right.
took a lot for me to blurt that out. I just waiting for the reception of that
Yeah.
statement.
Yes, we suspect the same thing. What of the others? Where's
you do?
everybody else?
There was no word? You didn't... Did they not send anyone? I barely made it out myself.
Well, if you made it
No.
out.
The machine...
Yes, of
Well,
course,
they
the machine.
succeeded.
You saw it. You went there.
Yes.
Right. Well, then we have a lot to discuss. Come inside.
Oh.
Have you eaten?
All right,
You
but
look. Pardon. You terrible.
Still shaking a little bit, and I say, I've been having some visions, and in one of them, Worston shot me.
Right. Yes. You've probably been through a lot. Nobody's
Take a
having
step back.
visions anymore. And
What?
certainly not. You've never shown any real penchant for magic aside from a few.
No, that's the thing. But that woman, Suna, she was in one of them, and she's real.
Yes, she's a
found her.
diviner of sorts, so I'm told.
Is Worston on our side?
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be?
Why would I have that vision?
Oh, visions, prophecies, they're a dime a dozen. They could be anything. Perhaps it was just
You've been with him all
paranoia.
the time? You've seen him every day? You watch his comings and goings? He's not...
Well,
No,
well, of course not.
Secret meetings?
Secret meetings, as if we
What
don't.
What if you're... It's a trap for you, too. What if we're both in a trap, Reginald?
I think
He's the leader, you know.
Yes, I know, but you're worrying. What is this, Sea Stalker? What are the odds that two of our leaders would turn on us in such a terrible way?
Well, to me, that just makes it seem more likely, not less.
He seems the same to me, fine. If anything else to back up your fears? Or just this dream?
Oh, it's just a vision.
When was the vision?
Some time ago. I haven't had any since. It was right around when the machine was successful.
So it was successful. This was the
I mean, I
machine
thought
that
you...
did this.
Well, I guess. I just got the hell out of there. You know, everyone decided they wanted it to happen.
What do you mean?
They just sent me away. I'm lucky to be alive, you know.
Yes. I can't imagine why Weston would want you killed, though. Unless you saw something.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. Whatever happened, the last we heard you were in some sort of submersible. And then you never
Right.
returned.
Well, I was afraid to come back. You know, we never get any information from the High Inquisitor. We never meet the High. It's always secret. It's always through sub-channels, and I didn't know what to think after everyone abandoned our mission.
Yes, well, a little more information has come to light about our fair Arch-Inquisitor. Turns out, well, he was an ancient being, a thing that was crafted...
The Arch-Inquisitor
dead.
was crafted.
Somewhat, yes. A thing known as a primal. I don't know if you
What?
ever studied on any of those things, but...
Well, barely. You know, I've only been doing this for 5 years.
Yes.
Pretty new. at this, and now everything is turned on its head, and I don't...
Well, there's not many of us, and there's no word from anybody else either. We've met with the Inquisitors that are investigation types, but we don't... There's no A-team. Nobody's showed up. Nobody from the other cities. Nobody from the other continents yet.
It's only us?
It's a little strange.
Very
As
strange.
far as I'm aware, it's just myself and Worston and Bob. He's a little roughed up at the moment, but now you're back, so perhaps the others made it out as well.
Roughed up?
Yes, there's a tiefling in there. She's she's rather strong. She overpowered me as well.
Strong enough to rough up Bob?
And then me in the same day. They're
Wow.
rather strange and special individuals, these people.
I hope to get to know them. I've come to care for Suna and Ippo.
You've been traveling with them?
Yes, and I trust them.
Yes, so do we.
Well, suppose that's good.
The
I think you see a
investigation...
tear leak, a little relief here coming out.
The investigation's not over. We're going to figure out precisely what happened. You might have the last piece of the puzzle we've been looking for. We were about to go trudging off to the bloody fortress.
Oh, well, I guess it's back to work then, right?
Yes. Let's head inside. I can't imagine that Worston's going to suddenly pull a rifle on you.
Well, we'll be ready if he does.
I should
Right.
think he'll be more happy than anybody else. Rather concerned about
if you
our
say
lack of
so.
hands on deck.
And I'll make a few sounds, and Keepy comes from a few rooftops away.
And Keepy's alive as well.
Yeah, he's a tough bird.
Yes, let's get you some food and maybe a fresh robe.
I'd like that. This
He
one's a
Turns
little
around,
beleaguered.
scoops up
And
his
I'll follow
daggers,
him.
puts them away, and heads in to the building. And that is where we're going to go to our break for the evening. When we return, we shall return to see how these people plan their next move. What are you going to do next, guys? You can think about it on the break while everybody else goes and does pees and poo-poos. See you all in a few minutes. Short break. When we return, we'll continue. Thanks so much for watching. See you in a few. We return to Bologna's north midtown in a safe house. The door opens as you're all discussing stuff. You suddenly hear it open. I don't think anybody would have heard it open the first time.
Well, and I think maybe that might be possibly why.
Reginald walks
That's
in,
just a
closing the
theory.
door behind him. A few footsteps. And then in the doorway is this other person, Reginald. Behind him, moving around the doorway, is what I think some of you would recognize to be a tabaxi.
I've
And then-
pulled my hood back, so it's a badly
I'm-
disguised.
So it's a confusing looking
Immediately.
thing.
yes.
I immediately stand up. You get your hands off of her. Cairo, are you all right?
I can grab my
I'm
rifle.
okay.
Cairo.
You sit right there, young man.
He cocks his head and stands up.
No, absolutely not.
He rushes towards Cairo.
No, I
I
rush
point
towards
my
him.
rifle.
I'm
Does he have a
immediately.
shotgun?
He doesn't. He's not armed.
I don't care. I'm running towards him, and I'm going to dramatically fling myself on him.
All right, roll me a dice.
Or in between them. Absolutely under no circumstances would I allow him to approach her. Even though I am a frail old woman. This is going to be hilarious. Okay.
13, successful. What do you do?
All right. I just immediately, you will not touch her. You will absolutely leave her alone.
He's
And I just fling myself onto him dramatically, and I'm clawing at him to try to
crazy. Oh my.
No.
He's like grabbing at your wrists.
Absolutely not.
Reginald
Don't touch
said
me.
it's okay.
You will not touch her.
I think it's
What?
okay.
He's there like battered.
Out of the way, old lady.
What? Excuse you.
Don't call her that.
Are you all right?
What?
I,
Wait a minute.
I'm okay.
You know her?
You sure?
Yeah, I know her. She's my
Yeah, and
friend.
I know who you are, too. Don't think that you can get away with whatever you think you're going to get away with. I'm
And
on
I'm
to
just
you, young man.
vigorously nodding.
What are you talking about?
I'm on to you. I have sight. So
Yeah,
I
I
just
have a
want you to
rifle.
remember that. I know what you think you're going to do, and I know what you're going to do before you do it.
What am I going
So-
to
You
do?
won't do it.
You're going to do something terrible, but I'm going to stop you from doing it.
What do you mean do something terrible?
You will not fucking touch her.
I saw you in a vision, Worston.
You had a vision.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. But I did. I had several. And in one of them, you raised a shotgun at me and you pulled the trigger.
And why the fuck would I do that?
I don't know.
Nobody knows what they're going to do before they're going to, or why they're going to do the things that they're going to do before they do them. But sure enough, you'll probably find yourself in a situation where you're going to do that thing. I just want you to know you're not going to get away with it.
Don't
Yes,
do
so
it.
don't do it.
I would never hurt her. I've never been happier to see someone walk through that door.
And here come the tears.
Oh,
Yeesh.
He was going in for a hug.
I'm sorry. Here, let me help
Fine,
you
we'll
up.
sit down and we can do it over, start again. We'll pretend that the
He moves over
Sooner
toward. He
attacked.
carefully and slowly moves away from Suna and moves over to Kyra
I-
and puts a hand on top of your head and says,
Good to see you, kid. We thought you were dead.
Almost was.
and he gives you a rough hug like he does.
No, I'll hug back.
The others? Alright.
I don't think they survived.
And you've been with this lot. That's some good fucking work. How the fuck did you know?
Thank you.
So you're still having visions?
And he looks at you, and then he also looks at Suna.
And you too?
Yes.
How the fuck is that possible then?
I only had a
special.
few.
You think magic has reason?
I just
I
didn't
crossed
think
my
there was
arms.
any. Alright then.
Well, okay, but it could have happened beforehand.
Alright,
right?
how many fingers am I going to hold up?
4.
Odds up 5.
Fuck. Can I roll for that, actually?
Yeah?
Can I use my ability? Yeah.
I'll try again.
Yes. Do it again.
Alright.
And I will use my ability to know what somebody's going to do in the next 10 minutes. I'll just use points for that. What's
Yeah,
he going to?
okay.
What's he going to hold up?
Concentrate.
Roll me a dice between 1 and 10. Or roll a d10, sorry.
Oh, right.
Dumb as hell. 3.
3.
He brings his hand out from behind his back.
3.
You want to go again?
Yeah.
I'll do it again. I'll spend another.
Let's do our 3.
All right. You'll lose.
Roll me a d10.
Oh, there. This one. I just got it in reverse. Now's the 4. Go on.
None.
He changed it.
I didn't.
Well, that's fine. He knows.
Oh no, I really do need to know if you can actually do it. So if you can take it seriously.
And I'll do it again.
Alright.
Last time.
Okay.
And I'd like to do it before he holds up the, like, previously, I feel like I've waited to say it, but as he's reaching back and the moment he's like thinking of what number he's going to hold up, that's when I want to do it.
He turns his back and looks at you, Cairo, and flashes 6 behind his back. Roll your d10.
Okay. I have goosebumps. I'm sorry. 6.
6. All right, let's try something else. How else can we prove this?
There is I'm not going to play games with you.
Yeah, I can guess between 1 and 10 as well.
Oh, yeah, try it. What number am I holding up?
5.
2.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so,
Oh.
can you do anything else?
What do you mean, can I do anything else?
Fire
Yes, I can do
lightning,
lots
I
of
don't
things.
know.
No, I'm not going to fire lightning, and I can't do that right now because that kind of magic is gone. But I don't have to sit here and prove myself to you, young man.
Well, really, you do. I mean,
No, I don't.
well, what if we rely
What are
on
you
it?
going to do? Arrest me with your dying inquisition?
No, but what if we all fucking die? Because
Well,
we're
we
relying on
might.
your bullshit.
Well, no one's relying on my magic.
What you perceive to be magic.
Very well, but this isn't very productive. Look, she has abilities, and you should respect those. And we should all have a productive conversation.
And she told you that, well, I was gonna shoot you.
No, she told me. I just know when to believe it.
You,
Look, I don't have the visions anymore anyway. They're gone.
all right. Let's, take a breather.
Don't worry.
We
I
can
won't let
discuss
him
some
hurt
things.
you, honey.
Do you mind if, myself and Reginald have a private discussion with Cairo?
I mean,
Do you mean Cairo?
yes. Cairo, are you all right with that?
Suppose so, but I'm not sure why it has to be private. And I
I'm
look
with
at them.
her. Yeah. I don't you think it's better if we just all air our laundry?
All right, fine. Then, maybe we start there then. Let's see who's got what. Figure out
Well,
how
all
all
right.
the information is.
Well,
See
you
if we
two,
can work out what's going on.
your lot ruined the world, so why don't you start?
Wait, why do you keep saying that?
Well, and I look over at Cairo. You do want to, I mean,
Right, yeah. The last we heard about you, you were, fucking underwater.
Giant Arcanine machine, and we were supposed to stop it. You know those dragonfly people? They had the tattoos, and well, we were right. Their leader was Geo, and we tracked him down, and well, we fought him, and then he ran, and so we followed, and then we saw a lot of dead people. And then he started saying a lot of things that made sense. And Lyra and Infidelia, well, they all started listening. And I got really confused. And I think, I know they fired that weapon. Now everything's weird. So you see, I really know nothing. I think one of us set off. I think Aerope. I think she set it off.
On purpose.
I think so.
now, what really will drive you nuts is I saw that.
What do you mean?
I saw it. I saw that happen, and I didn't know whose names to put where, but Cairo and I have had a great lengthy discussion about this, and the moment it happened, I had a vision of exactly that, and it was your friend Errol that hit a button on the machine and set it off.
She was convinced it was the right thing to do. They didn't make her.
Well, that part I didn't see. I just saw the actual act of it happening, but yes.
Sea Stalker was there.
At the time, we were walking down a long road. It took us like 10 months, and I saw it then, I think. It might have been then, or it would have been after, but I did see it. And I didn't know what it was until she washed up on my shore.
Well, I wouldn't say that was necessarily our lot. I'd say that's
Pearl was definitely our...
it sounds like a last-minute defection to me.
But they all did.
Hmm.
Myra, too.
Well, that lends into our other theory, doesn't it?
Reginald, standing in the doorway next to Zyra, looks, nods. Sorry, newcomers. We do have a working theory that perhaps you were all zapped, mind-wiped, and potentially working for something or somebody very powerful.
I immediately think of my father.
Anything that's able to quickly twist the mind of an entire group of inquisitors. Why were you not affected, Cairo?
Felt it. And I wanted to. I think I wanted to, but then they made me go. All I did was question, and they sent me away. So I ran.
Well,
You know, anyone would question an abrupt shift in judgment like that.
why? Why did they do it? The crew,
Said,
the dragonfly, not. What's the point? Was it this,
you said, magic is for everyone.
No. I agree with that. I know you lot don't.
Well, I mean, do we? And I look to Reginald and Worston. What do we believe now?
I don't know if it matters what we believe.
I don't suppose it does.
We've
Looks
got a
like your
job to
lot
do.
threw a tantrum. If
Well,
we can't have it, then no one can have it.
But it matters what we do.
No, that's not what. It's not what they wanted. I mean, as individuals, maybe, if they turned, if they were controlled or something. But, no. The Arch-Inquisitor, the others, they wanted, full control of magic. They definitely didn't want rid of it, though. Because they were in control of it. Now,
Right.
Now no one can have it.
they don't want that.
Well, of course not.
Well, for one thing, it got them killed. Doesn't make any sense. I don't think it was us.
Do you feel strange, Suna, in your head? Any thoughts, distractions, anything that might not belong to you?
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
You can call me Reginald.
Oh, Reginald. No, Reginald, all my thoughts are my own.
Usually with long-term mind control and magical twists and turns of memories, you will bleed. For
I'm
example,
sorry.
you might believe yourself to be a diviner and that you've seen things, but in fact it's just, little more than a dream.
I'm immediately thinking of Ippo saying, "Have you ever been?" And that deja vu that I just had. It troubles me a little bit, so much so that I fall silent.
The thing is, one day she disappeared.
Yes.
Right, so I mean, disappeared. Didn't go down to the city and get a boat and
Yes.
whatever.
Lifted up
Disappeared.
into the sky, or I believe it was a tower.
Right, but
Told.
that's not mind control. Someone didn't control her mind and go, "Hey, just disappear."
Well, yes,
You
of
would
course.
still have had
but
to have. Right, so
we're not quite sure. This machine, what it was capable of. We haven't a theory of illithids as well. The mind flayers. They're usually not that
Wait.
strong.
Now, wait a minute.
I think we should explore all of this with everyone here.
Well, I look very hesitantly towards Aura, Ellie, and Bo. This mind control, could it make you live a life for a time?
Well, presumably it would be able to do anything. Yeah. Hand you an entire life lived, so I suppose it would be able to.
Then you
provide
wake
with
up, and you haven't lived it at all.
Unless you're still living it.
Could it do it twice? Where you live it and then wake up, but then you're still in it?
Really not my
Or three
area of
times, I guess, really.
expertise with magic, but
Because it would have been back in when we met, it would have been back there on the bridge, and then again in here, and then again, it would be 4 times, wouldn't it? Aura, right? It's back with Igen, right?
Yeah.
So we were in a dream, within a dream, but if that was a dream, then the dream of the life we lived and everything we had done would be a dream, and then that would be a dream, and now this is a dream. That's 5 times. That's 5 layers. That's very powerful.
Is that even possible, though?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. How deep can this mind control go?
it sounds a little far-fetched to me. I do so wish Errolpay was here.
I actually agree with him. It's a bit much. Why would I be getting? Why would my dreams kind of? Who would think of a dream like mine? Like my life. That's just a bit.
Well, is there any way to test it to see?
Yes. Can you slap me or something and wake me up, or what?
No, I don't think that's going to work. I think we're.
I think getting swallowed by a big snake would have probably woken you up if anything was gonna. A slap would wake you up. That certainly would.
While it's very possible you're currently in a dream, I would suggest that we work with the idea that you're not, and we're in reality right now. Therefore, if you are in fact in reality, then your memories...
I'd like to be let out. Becky.
Yes.
No, we're fine.
In my experience, you would know by now. It's been, 18 days? You would most certainly...
That's not possible. We lived an entire year.
Well, yes. Since then, since the fall of magic, since you returned from your year.
I see. Probably would have. I see what you mean. We would have kept living.
No, the bleed, the effects, they usually begin to have a more prominent effect by now, at least in our experience. That being said.
But that's what I mean. The only reason we woke up from our year-long dream is because magic died. Otherwise, we would still be there in that whatever that was.
Right, so with magic dead, we're not dreaming.
But is
Now,
it dead?
What do we do?
Well, according to you, it's not.
Well, but that's what I'm starting to wonder. I can still do some things, and it's, in the beginning when magic was gone, I did. I couldn't. I can't cast a lightning bolt, or I can't levitate you off of the ground, but I can. I
Guess
can
numbers.
sense when danger is coming. I can.
Well, I can sense when danger is coming as well. It's instinct.
Yes, but you were trained to do that. I wasn't.
Well,
and
an animal is not trained. Paranoia.
But I can still sometimes predict what sometimes what's going to happen or what's not going to happen, and I may have had my first vision in a long time, and I just and I can do this, and I'll reach over. Who's the one questioning? Who's closest to me, Reginald or Worston? Actually, I fucking
Worston
hate that
sat
guy.
at the table.
I fucking hate that
but-
guy, so I'll do Reginald. So I'll just like reach over and I'll just touch Worston or Reginald, and I'll do that thing where I just make him feel great. And before I thought I was just being reassuring, but now I'm convinced that maybe there is still some magic left.
Yeah. What do you do exactly?
I think I need to speak to him to have it work. So I just reach over and I just say, everything's going to be all right, Reginald.
Thank you. That's very reassuring.
I'm convinced I've done something, and I lean back and I'm all smug like,
Well, can you do anything prominent? I don't know. Flicker a light or
Well,
something.
Can I try?
Yeah. What are you trying to do?
Awful. Can I try to levitate him? I know I won't succeed, but I'd like to try.
Yeah. Roll me a dice.
7. No.
Do you do something? Do you stand there like a crazy person and?
Oh yes, I try. I do. I do what I used to do with my hands. I don't have my staff. Actually, in fact, I try and nothing happens, and then do you mind? And I point to my staff just for a moment. I'll give it right back.
Kid hands it over.
Right. Okay. And then I'll try again. And then I'll do the same gesture with my staff. And then when nothing happens, I dejectedly hand it back. All right. Well, no, I can't.
Right. Yeah.
I can't seem to feel that in my bones. And I used to not be able to sleep or need air. And now I can't it's awful. Walking upstairs or.
Wait, what does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Well, what are you then?
What? Well, that's none of your business. Don't be rude.
All right. Okay. So it seems to me that you're struggling to come to terms with the lack of magic.
Right.
I'll sit down.
Whoa. We all are.
It's all
So
right.
what-
You don't
Yeah,
need
I
to
don't
sit
mind
there.
that.
I don't want to be
So
running
much.
into a situation where she
It's
thinks
fine.
she can
He
set
thinks
things
I'm
on
crazy.
fire
It's all
and
right.
lift things
I'm
up, and
used
when she
to it.
can't do it, who takes the
What
arrow?
about- Right. What about this
Well, I
Dave
don't
fella?
like
Have
the
you found him?
suggestion that I'm just going to lead these people into a battle without thinking with my brain.
Well, I certainly
So
don't
if
think you
it's
should
in
be
it-
leading anyone into anything.
Right,
All right.
let
I
me-
think that's
hang
enough
on.
bickering. This is bickering now. We need to have a productive conversation. Reginald,
Right.
don't you agree?
But yes, I do think we shouldn't quite write off the idea that she may have a connection to something, but it doesn't seem like it.
Right. So
we've
see,
been
Worston,
running
maybe you just need to.
extensive tests with wizards in town, and there really are.
Can I do something so stupid?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I think I would actually do it. Can I take the Deaveki talisman out of my bag and rip it in half?
Yeah. So it's a
Fuck.
piece of parchment, strong, old, vellum-looking thing. How have you stored it and things? Where
It's
is
just
it?
tied with a ribbon that Aura gave me because it's one of the ribbons that we used to tie notes for buns, and so I've tied it with that. So I think I'm just heated, and I pull it out, and just the idea that I've been making this all up in my mind this whole time is actually really quite terrifying and might possibly be true, and I find that very upsetting. So I just untie it, and then this probably doesn't work either if magic's not real, and then I just tear it in half, and I just sit there.
It's really hard to tear in half, by the way. It seems like it should just be a piece of paper, but it's it's like when you try and rip like a money, you know, like in half, and it's kind of harder to do than you realize at first, but it's completely doable. You're there and you're just struggling with this piece of parchment for a moment before you suddenly it tears in half. There's an image on it of a strange looking creature that, now that you guys have met him, doesn't really resemble Deiveki, but doesn't not resemble Deiveki. It certainly doesn't look exactly like him, but it has elements that seem relatively similar. More of an odd depiction of something like Deiveki than like a 1-to-1 scale thing. You guys have seen it before. It was the thing that was given to you by Mother Numera. She claims that it was one of the only things stopping Savras from finding her on behalf of Deiveki. You find out later on that this talisman would protect you from his divination, therefore stopping him from being able to stop you. Moments after handing it to you, she was immediately destroyed. You pull it out and you rip it in half and nothing happens. I think Reginald and Worston exchange a glance. They do it towards you as well, Cairo, and then they look back towards you a little expectantly.
Why did I do that? I wait for a minute. Nothing happens.
So, you want to take a wee break?
The last thing I had from her. I don't know why I did that.
I think we may need a wee break.
Don't be hard on yourself, Suna.
It's
I think
okay.
we're all just very
You
frustrated.
still have it.
This can't all have been for nothing. Do you hear me?
Right, okay. Let's take a minute. Can we take a wee minute? Get something to drink, maybe go for a wee walk, get some air.
Yes.
Right, let's go. You can finish up talking about your stuff.
Yes, as I was saying, you might just be believing that your connections to magic are remaining. There have been several people in town. Warlocks seem to be the most upset. They have a patron of sorts that they can borrow energy and power from. So it would be very difficult, like a phantom limb, to suddenly lose something like that. Fear your comrade is suffering with that.
A lot. She apparently was very powerful.
She was, and still is. I have no doubt that it's... Magic still exists. I'm almost certain of it. We just have to reawaken it somehow.
How? How do we fix this?
Yes, you were rather certain that Suna would help us, but she seems just as perplexed as we do. Really not quite sure what the next step is.
Not
She
gonna
just got
lie, when-
here.
Yeah, well, not just that, but... I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping something would happen when Suna tore that, but...
So we don't know where to go. We don't know
Well,
what
we
to
need
do.
to go to the fortress. We need to stick to the plan. The plan was to find her and then sneak into the fortress, although we didn't know we had 5 extras to deal with.
And do what in the fortress?
There's a final comrade, another person that they have picked up. A fellow named Eldon Grimm. He's a fucking paladin of Bane. Stormed the
helped us.
fortress.
He also tried to cut my head off. Why do we always forget that detail?
Yes, but he helped us after that. He helped us fight some demon that...
The whole time saying he was going to fight me to the death once we were finished.
He took it as a great honor because he thought you were a great warrior, but now he doesn't have his powers, and I doubt he tried to get into at the queen. I don't know. We need to
Seems he
figure out
went
why.
ballistic. He went fucking apeshit is what he did. Chopped
We
down
need
half the
him?
guards.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Well, we need to figure out why. I know he'll talk to me.
I don't think I can get every single one of you in. I'm not taking these kids up there.
He looks
probably
towards
not a good
the
idea.
monks that are kind of looking out of the doorway. He turns around. The knight that had come with Suna, Zyra, is not there either. She's kind of followed out quietly after.
Might be able to get the night in. You
I'll
lot.
stay behind. I'll stay here and try to come up with the next steps and
Stay with
I know-
Reginald, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a good reason for me to go either, and I pull out my bow.
Well,
This
you
isn't
definitely
working.
need to come with us. Reginald as well.
If you say so.
I mean, I guess if you guys are part of the Inquisition, they'll take us more seriously. We can sneak a couple people in.
Yeah.
Suppose. But you think this Grim has the answer, or we just need him?
Not anymore, I don't know, because I thought she
We
was
need more
supposed to have the
information.
answer.
We obviously don't have enough information between all of us. He's just one more missing piece of the puzzle.
Does
It's
seem
either
strange.
Grim knows something, or he's gone batshit crazy. It's either one, but
I
either.
look.
He's
Or
probably
both.
gone batshit crazy. I'm telling you that much. But he owes me 50
that
gold
that coming
pieces, so
from
I'm
you
coming.
is.
Well, I'm not
that coming from
crazy,
you is
alright?
rich.
I was actually dead on
Yeah.
right. It was a demon that
I actually believe
I was
Chloe. Not
after.
just because we're
before.
bros now, but
He also thinks the queen is a demon. So
Well,
A
we're
demon.
yet to disprove it.
okay, well then we'll do it while we go in. I don't think you should go, Kalugi. I think that
Do you think we can
very
just
loud
waltz
mouth.
up and have a little chat with the queen?
Okay.
you have a ring though
right.
that someone can
Awesome.
wear. Like you have special rings, right, Klugi?
Oh,
He
they're just rings
got
now.
rid of them.
Oh. And why
yeah,
are
they're
you
just
here?
rings. Remember, no magic.
Well,
Doesn't work.
I believe I'm under arrest or something.
You're not under arrest.
So can I go?
No.
Right. So I don't know what. That's why I'm here. They put me in a fucking cell with him.
hey, we had
I
some
look
good
from
times.
We did have some good times.
Worston to Ellie, and I say, "When do we go?"
It is at that point that we head to another room or outside, or where did Suna and Ippo go? And as you leave the room, the twins kind of move, but then stop and then look at each other. And then kind of, there's like a slight smile between them as you two leave the room, almost childish, which is very rare from them. However, as soon as you walk out, the Zyra is following you. She's like a few paces back, but she walks out of the room and just is following you down the hallway, mindlessly
we
looking around
Went
at
for
them.
a walk, didn't we? I'd need some air. Ironically.
Right. How are you?
Not good. I think I'm losing my mind.
No. Why? Why? Why do you think that?
I feel like I can do these things, but I can't.
I think you can. Or at least you could.
You really believe that? Because you never believed it before.
Right, well, I've had some things that have made me... You know what, I'll tell you a wee story. I'll, put some stuff to fill you in with.
I like
Bo and-
stories. Go on.
Okay. Well, once upon a time, something happy. Alright. Well, I grew up here. We kind of passed my house on the way.
Really? Which one?
It was in a shambles, sort of, just after a whiskey. Maybe if we pass that again, I'll point it out. But anyway,
Please do.
when I was a wee boy, there was like a fair thing going on, and do you know, why don't we just take a wee walk down to my house?
I'd like that a lot.
Yeah, it was when I was a guard, a watchman. Well, we'll start at the beginning.
I still find that hysterical, by the way.
I think it'll all make sense. When I was a wee boy, it was a fair. An old lady looked at me and she said, "One day you're gonna be a hero."
I know.
When you're a wee boy and you hear that, just, so that kind of, my mom and dad, they did their best. My dad was a passable, carpenter. Mom was a seamstress, and my dad made me a wee wooden sword, and I practiced with it. And as I got older, I eventually got into the watch. I kept seeing those kind of folks, do a card reading, look at my palm, that kind of thing. You know, the last time I saw one, they gave me their vision, said, leave all your belongings behind, head out, fate will bring you everything you need. I was, how long is it going to be? And they're like, oh, a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, who knows? Fate's funny. So I spent 2 weeks out in the North Forest, eating berries and trapping animals, and well, I lost my patience, came back, you know, get an update. And they were gone. And then my belongings I left behind, gone. And basically everything in my house was gone. Tables, chairs, my pillows, some of the floorboards. The watch didn't like that, you know, disappearing for a couple of weeks. And a watchman getting his house burgled, and there's a higher up sort of just... I had made some enemies anyway, trying too hard, you know.
Hard to imagine.
Like that bow fella. First time I caught him, should have seen the looks on their faces. He didn't like it. I showed them up. You know, I was trying so hard to be a hero or whatever. He didn't try that hard. Anyway, they wouldn't talk to me. I was out of the watch. Didn't have a house anymore. I came back, there was people in there, you know, squatting and that. So one person gave me a rusty old sword and some chainmail. I used that, escorting to Dayden, made a bit of cash, hopped on a boat to Yoskorin. That's how I ended up there. And in case that fills in the gaps, well, I don't like the authorities and the visions and stuff, but you know, I got thinking, you know, it wasn't until I left here that I left everything behind, and you can't get more out in the wilds than you're scoring. And then, well, fate brought me you, so.
Was it fate?
Well, I don't know, that's your area of expertise, I guess.
This circus that came to town.
Yeah.
Was it a woman who told you you were going to be a hero one day?
Yeah. Lady. I mean, I was a wee boy back then, you know. But, you know, I still walking to take your hands. You know, before we get into doing all this heroics, I guess, and I thought you deserved to know Ippo. You know, all of it. So that's me. Failed watchman, failed hero. Adequate hermit, I think.
Well, not a hermit anymore. There's two.
And before we get into all that, well, I wanted you to know that. And I wanted you to know that I love you, Suna.
I love you too.
You guys are standing in front of a little small house in a row of small houses. There's just simple stone with wood supports and a thatch roof. There's two little windows flanking the door on the outside of the street. Inside, you can see a family. A mother and a father and two young boys maybe 5, 6, running around a table while some food is prepared.
This is my house.
I wish fate had brought you sooner.
You are worth the wait.
Back at the other house, the rest of you are sitting around this table. Worston stands up and says,
Right, looks like I'm gonna have to go and get some more supplies. How many of us are there? I suppose I'll just fucking bring them all. We need anything else?
What are you gonna get?
Robes. I'm gonna, say fuck it. Let's all go.
What? Why
Are
would
you
we?
sure that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Even the kids?
Yeah.
All right then.
I think we're better
we're
off
all
sticking
going
together.
to get oats.
No, we're all gonna go to the fortress.
Oh,
Not now. We'll go tomorrow. I'm gonna have to go and speak to, suppose I'll go and speak to the High Reeve. I'll tell him that we've got some new shreds in. They need, training, and we've got a lead, and we need to speak to this fella.
I could also say he's super dangerous, so you need backup.
No. They know
Why?
he's
'Cause you
dangerous.
don't need
It
backup.
doesn't look good.
Oh,
to
he's
see
all
you need
chained
help
up.
when you're the leader.
He's probably chained
Trust
up like a
him.
beast.
Yeah.
They, usually don't treat their, prisoners the same way we do.
he glances towards Bo and over at Kalugi.
no, I wouldn't imagine so. No, no.
Well, Reginald done most of the work. I think we're, expected at least at some point.
All right. Well, we have to wait for those two to come back. Hopefully by the end of the night, and then we can go tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and, I'll get some robes. I'll see if I can muster up some badges, but probably not. And you're gonna have to work on, not making a scene and shouting
Right.
and just,
Yeah, there'll definitely be no repeat of what happened back on the street.
What happened? Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He stands up and then heads towards the door. You see him shoulder his rifle, and then turns back to you, Cairo, and says,
good to see you back, kid.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
and then he heads out. Reginald turns to everyone and says, perhaps we should get some food or
Right.
relax, I suppose.
yeah, we're
little.
Gonna need
Gonna need a lot of
to
food.
rest up as much as we can before the big
Everyone's a
day
little
tomorrow.
high strung.
You know, I always knew Worston had a soft side to him. He's got the resting bitch face going, but I always knew he was kind of a nice guy, even though he chained me up and stripped me naked and made me pee on myself. But
Yes,
Did you
well,
pee on your.
Oh.
they took
That
him
doesn't-
to number 10.
Oh.
They gave him the treatment first, just to see if they'd break. He did
What?
piss down his own leg.
Really, Bo?
Right.
I should really stop.
I
Um,
mean, if it makes you feel any better, I've seen a lot worse happen in 10.
Bo, you and I, after all this is over, we're gonna have to train you a little bit, to not piss on yourself at least next time if that ever happens.
Are you telling me you're gonna show me how to pee?
I just walk out. I just walk out the
Wait,
room.
where are you going?
Shaking my head at these two, like, is this normal? Is this. And I look to Reginald and I say, should we go round up some grub?
Yeah. You each will then spend the rest of this day. It's very early. It's like 6 a.m. When you guys first get back to this place. By now, you're looking at maybe 7 max, something like that. Reginald, I guess, with Cairo, and whoever else joins them goes and prepares some sort of basic breakfast. I don't think they'd have stuff, so you'd probably have to go and buy it, so they would have headed out. Everyone would have got a little better acquainted, maybe. And then over the course of the day, I assume Sauna and Ippo would return, and you'd be able to speak more in depth about what you guys have done, where you've been, some of the more specifics of what's been going on since you guys have been split up. Zyra would introduce herself. You'd have to explain what the deal is with the twins, things like that, just to give everybody context. Is there anything that anybody specifically would mention or would not mention or anything like that? Otherwise, we'll go ahead and assume that for the most part, you guys have as much information as we have out of character watching this thing play out.
I think I hold back the weird coincidence with the twins and Zyra, like knowing me. I hold that back from them, but not the other 3. I'll find a way to tell them privately. And I still...
you can assume you've all spoken privately at any point.
All right.
It's
So
a lot more
they
relaxed.
know
So
that,
anything, you probably
but
had a
the
moment where all 4 of
Inquisition
you
does not know that.
spoke, an opportunity for everyone, the 4 of you, to have a moment to discuss specifics and things. You can just assume anything you want to assume, but just let me know what it is so that we all know.
Well, I've told them everything, but I definitely didn't tell the Inquisition that they're convinced they have to protect me and that we're the last hope to right the world. But I do tell them that.
I think before we move on, as Sauna and Ippo come back, I walk up to Ippo and I put a hand out. I then express, I know we've been through a lot of things. It's been a lot of, cat and mouse and cat fights between us.
Oh, sure.
I'm doing this for Sona.
I grab your hand. It was a long time ago, and Lucina told me everything that happened. Thanks for taking care of me.
Of course.
Oh, my 2 heroes. I just pat the sides of their faces. That's lovely.
You better take good care of them.
There's probably a strange moment between Keepy and Buns.
Imagine.
And maybe Aura and Cairo, as they both produce a pouch full of like random bird seed.
I'd probably be like, hey, where do you get yours? And like try to like compare like mealworms and birds.
You both have like this weird secret pocket that's filled with just miscellaneous things to feed a bird. Not that they would eat exactly the same things, but I think you'd probably find a lot of common ground in essentially both having and training birds. It's probably mad to you, Cairo, that she has like such a well-trained robin.
Yeah. This is a robin.
Yeah, it's the type of thing that you might have experienced when you were much, much younger around more elven folk. It's the type of thing that they can do, but you don't often see a tiefling with such kinship with animals.
With her. Yeah.
You can tell that she's probably very similar to you in that sense, in the upbringing sense.
At some point, too, I sit and I just talk Ellie's ear off. I catch her up on all of the things. I tell her everything.
I was about to say, Ellie would have tried to get Sauna alone and would have
100%.
talked a lot about Zach.
Yes, and I would have asked. I would have been like, what happened there? And
he's still alive. And Ellie would have admitted just to Sauna that she basically made amends with Zach.
And I therapist you 100% because I never
Yeah.
wanted you to kill him anyway. Remember, I was trying to
Yeah.
convince you not to do it. So I'm like, oh, I'm very proud of you, and that must have been so hard. And how do you feel about that now?
And she would have said that, like, he gave her a warning. He found her and gave her a warning that the guild was going to have to come after her because of the Inquisition. So
Yeah.
allowed her time to get out.
Ellie also
and
sent you multiple messages that you didn't get.
Oh, yeah, I would have said that
'Cause
too.
they were,
Like,
like,
I tried
reports
sending you
and things.
messages.
Oh,
There was like a
my.
message that
Yeah.
paid on port for you and things, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't have picked it up. without
Yeah, and so
actively
it's like I was
seeking
trying to warn you. The guild warned us that they were going after all of us. I let him capture Kalugi because it was too late.
And I reveal everything to you, Ellie, especially
Yeah.
the emotional side of it as well, like the snake swallowing me and how helpless I felt and how terrified I am that I'm going to let everybody down. I definitely tell you that.
I would have tried to comfort you through that and been like, well, you got out of the snake, so it was terrifying, but you overpowered it.
Well, I don't know if overpower is the right word as much as I, stuck a stick in its throat and made it choke me out, but that's all right.
I mean, it's nothing like Aura, going through the spite or anything,
I heard
but
she killed someone.
no, you know that man that's like kind of sleeping and he can't talk and he's like
You would all
bedridden?
secretly have been shown a giant sleeping tiefling upstairs. That's
Yeah.
Right.
he's covered in bandages.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, that's the guy that
she did that to him. She did
yeah.
that. Our
Yeah,
girl's
he went
all
he went
grown up.
after her.
Oh my! Well, of course, I wouldn't put it any other way. But it just surprises me. She's always like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't. Let's talk first."
She also
Yeah, they
took out
got
Reginald, technically.
Oh yeah, I would have. Yeah, I think even Aura probably would have explained that. But I guess she captured Reginald and took out that man.
Oh well, that
Position
doesn't
0,
surprise me. Have you seen him?
Aura
He's
2.
tiny.
There would also be a moment where I think Worston and Reginald would speak to you, Cairo, about everything that they know and kind of talk your ear off a little more specifically about the events and rundown of what happened with Sea Stalker and Vengeance and the other members of the B team. I assume you would just tell them the truth fully.
I would. Yep.
As a full account. Worston would also suddenly become very interested in Zyra when he realizes what the dragon on her pauldron means, that she's from Dragon's Reach. Apparently he fucking loves Dragon's Reach, and actually begins to question her on random things in a weird, strange human moment. And then sees someone looking at him and then pretends that it's not that big of a deal and then heads off. That's when you probably maybe work out that she's from Dragon's Reach, which is this continent that's really far away in the east. Not a lot going on. There was no gate there or anything like that, whereas most of the other continents seem to have one. This one's just on its own out there, and it isn't some big magical floating set of islands that vanished. And that's where she came from, so she traveled from really far away. And then after because she would have given an account probably of her journey, that also she might have told you previously on the way sooner that she actually has a village elder who had the vision of you and sent her to you.
Still makes me so uncomfortable. But I would like to know: do these Inquisitors, any of them specialize in old ancient languages and can finally translate for the twins?
I don't think. I think Reginald would be aware of it. Worston probably wouldn't. Reginald would be aware in a knowledgeable sense. You're just like, hey, they speak Aztec. You know what I mean? That's
yes,
what it's
but
kind
I
of
don't
like.
Understand it? All right.
He can't. Yeah, he definitely doesn't speak it. But yeah, I don't think either of them speaks that language, so still out of luck a little bit with them. Though I think they're starting to kind of understand what you're saying a little bit better when you gesture for them to stay and come with and eat some food and sit down and stop pacing or whatever it is. They seem to kind of.
So we
pick up
go
on
and
it.
we eat a meal together.
I think you probably do, yeah. I think.
Oh.
This would probably be the majority of the day. So you'd probably have a couple of times when someone would show up and provide food. I think the first set of food would be something really basic like breads and cheeses and things, like just stuff that, because Reginald doesn't cook.
Laura was going to say something just now.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, in between like meals or something, maybe I'd take a minute to go to the room that I'm sleeping in. And because we don't have a clear plan of finding Deiveki, I would try to use my nemesis skill again just to see if I could sense him.
Roll me a dice.
Okay. Oh. Oh my god, 3.
Well, at least he's not nearby right now.
But I still sense that he's out there.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have
what do
any
we-
inkling of a direction, like nothing that's pulling me.
Where do you think he is?
Oh dear God.
Where do I think he is?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I have no idea where he would be. I mean, honestly, I don't know. If I were to kind of conjure up an image, I feel like he wouldn't be where we are now. Like he's somewhere far away because I can't sense him closely.
And that's your direction.
Okay.
Do you cook a real meal? Anyone?
I think we should.
Something hearty for dinner?
I
don't.
do. I
You
think
have almost you have a ridiculous amount of money. Like they probably bring out a bag of like 500 gold, and they're like, "Do you want to go and buy some?" Because they just have.
I don't think we should buy food. I think we should go out and eat all together. That sounds absurd, but family, one big family. I'm convinced half of us are gonna die.
I would
So
take us
I'd love
to the
to have one
tavern with the
last
old
meal.
mage.
Yes.
Yeah, with
let's-
Ashglade.
Yeah.
Yes. Go to a tavern, get Kalugi the finest wine, and I would just like to sit down with my people and have a good meal.
Yeah. So there's a scene I think of the 12 of you sitting in this tavern. They probably pushed half of the tables together. Ashglade going out of his way for some reason for Ellie. He's discussing multiple times. It seems also, by the way, that the Inquisition know who Ashglade is, and they greet him the way you do almost. Like, hey, how's it going? I haven't spoken to you in ages. That kind of a thing where you're like, oh, they kind of really know each other. Ashglade is a very old and relatively powerful wizard. Quite famous.
I think I would act like I don't know him that well if they recognize him immediately. I think I'd be like, and I think I would hope that Ashglade would pick up on that.
Yeah, I think Ashglade can pick up on whatever you want him to pick up on. He is Wisdom, the character. And yeah, I think probably we see this nice image of you all actually just having a decent meal. No one really arguing or fighting. Kalugi getting pissed drunk. And the Inquisitors kind of maybe not being so uptight. With the return of Cairo, you actually see them smile, maybe for the first time. They thought all of their comrades were dead. They genuinely were suffering a huge amount of grief, I think, and you get the sense that with Cairo's return, that the edge of that has taken off for them, so they're actually able to let their hair down and enjoy the meal with you all, and everybody has a hearty meal before the plan, which I assume is for everybody. You come up with the plan to go the next day. Worston has arranged to go and meet somebody called High Reeve Esil. High Reeves are just kind of nobility that run and have access to all areas of nobility around the palace. Think of them as like retainers to the king type people. And everything appears to be above board and ready to go tomorrow. If that is the plan, unless anybody would have changed that.
I feel like at some point I would have tried to sneak out. Maybe as people are having conversations, getting telling their stories and whatnot, catching up.
You can,
I think,
without a dice roll, sneak wherever you want.
Okay, I would have tried to sneak out, and somewhere where I know Zach would see if he went out, like maybe on his way back to his house, I would write something in Thieves' Cant.
You want to tell me what it is, or do you want to tell me what it is?
I'll tell you what it is.
Then yes, I think it's probably a good place to end our session today, having you all have a nice meal. And nice is a horrible describing word, but
Calm
Yes,
before
that
the
is terrible.
storm.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
We better be
pleasant
having some wet
reunion. And yeah,
Oh, I'd just like to say I do have an ability called Plan, and I'm using it in this moment,
what
right?
is the ability plan?
If you have time to prepare before a conflict and you can choose when it begins, you may ambush your enemies and take the first round. Before action begins, each party member must say what they will do during
Planning
their
on
first
storming
turn.
the fortress?
Well, if that's the plan, then yes, we've certainly got time
The
to
plan
talk
is to
about
go
how
and
we're going
speak
to
to
do that.
Grim, but you can storm the fortress, sure.
No, I thought we were just infiltration. We have to have a plan, right?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll give you the first round. You can also say, I'm Suna.
I have to.
I
Well,
want the first round, please, because I am one of the
I-
most powerful people in this.
except I don't
See.
know if I believe that. But what I do believe is that I saw that picture of us in front of a fortress and my tower being torn in half. So they're all like, "We're going to go talk to Grim," and I don't think I believe that. I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe. I think I
Okay.
believe we're going to storm the castle. So
All right.
I'm
Well,
Suna.
let's find out next week in the finale. The official finale episode of Dying Order. Next time. That's right, do with that information what you will.
Is he joking?
Nope.
Oh,
This time,
you-
there is no lie. This time, it is the true final session. I'm so glad you had a nice meal together at the end of it.
yes, me too.
Yeah, it was lovely.
They just found out as well, by the way.
Yeah, we just
Um,
found out.
I suspected. I
I
suspected.
had a feeling.
Yeah.
Is that
This
why you said
entire
you-
arc was just get you guys back together.
Yeah.
And then see what you do next.
Brad, there's a lot of stuff I need to do next week for my I gotta go shopping. I gotta go take care of some stuff in the game. So
We'll see. We'll see. You definitely don't get to go shopping. Shopping is the only thing you can't do. Because shopping episodes last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I
Traditionally.
know that's why I'm
speaking.
saying it.
I
Yeah,
know.
she's trying
I
to
know.
buy us time.
I reveal nothing. Other than
Let's just
That-
do shout outs.
next week will be the true finale. Also, the week after that, we will do our actual roundtable thing, which will be on the 20th. So I guess we'll have to just check that everyone's in town and not, I guess, COVID kind of locks you all indoors anyway. We'll double check with that. But last time I juked everybody and lied and said that it was the actual finale and everyone was handing over questions and stuff, but I had to keep very, very stern, play all my cards close to my chest that it wasn't the true ending for the big twisteroo. So this time, if you do have any questions or you have questions from before, then you can submit them on the Discord to Piranha Plant, who is Inquisitor Piranha Plant, the creator of Worston. And he says, check the pinned post in the Discord if you want. If not, then there will also be an ability to ask questions during the Q&A live stream. So that will be the real deal this time. So if you do have any questions or you want things asked, then you can try and get those to us over the next 2 weeks. And I'll try and get through them when we do that thing.
We're still doing cast and then you separately, right?
The plan is, to do
Okay.
any questions in for the cast to answer, whatever it ends up being, and then there'll be a dedicated section where I'll do lore questions that will probably span all 3 of my campaigns in the Kryn, because this is the end for me as well. With this has been 4 years of my life with 3 campaigns leading up to this point. So if there's any other questions that you might want me to answer, I might. I also reserve the right to not answer questions if I want to leave stuff ambiguous. But feel free to ask whatever you want to ask. Just so that you know 2 weeks in advance that if you want to ask any questions, then there are ways to submit them to us. I'm sure that if you just try, you can tweet them at us and stuff as well if you want.
I want to follow up by saying your background's red. So
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I noticed that and I was like,
Just a little nod. Just a little nod. But it's really nothing more than just a
Yeah, right.
meme.
No.
I don't
You
I don't
wouldn't
believe you.
meme in the last. No. You
Red
wouldn't
sky
meme
at
in-
night. All right. let's go around and do a set of shout-outs. People can tell the viewers where you're from, where they can find you in the week, and what you'll be doing. Let's start with Katie Peters Plays.
Brett, I have like a lot of emotions right now, and now.
Save them for next week. It's all good. It's not over yet.
No, I know, but I feel like I've already started the stages of grief that I didn't realize was going to happen today. So, okay. So, hi, I'm Katie Peters Plays. I've been playing Aura for you, and we'll see what happens next week. I'm gonna deck out next week. I'm gonna try to wear the wig and everything, and I don't know what to say. Come hang out with me on my channel if you want. Okay, I'm just gonna process this, I guess.
All right. Next person on my list, Tuesday Gray.
Hi, I'm Tuesday Gray. You can find me at Tuesday Gray on Twitch and Twitter. I'll be streaming again starting December 15th, and tonight I'm gonna go have a good long bath and cry silent tears. Thanks for watching.
That's just a normal night for Tuesday. Don't worry. That's nothing to do with this.
That's normal. Nothing to do with the end.
What about you, Disby?
Hi, I'm Dispiarix. I played Bobo for you today. I too am having a hard time processing all this because I remember the first time Brad told us it was the end. I was bawling my eyes out, and then he was like, "Nope, debate. It's still gonna, Now that it's actually the end, I'm just like, I can't believe it. But it really has been an amazing journey. This was my first full-on campaign, and I couldn't have been more honored to have been role-playing alongside you all, and Brad being our GM. It's been such an amazing experience. So thank you everyone so much for that, and introducing me to Dungeons and Dragons.
Sort of. Threw you in the deep end, and then I got really fucky with it as well on purpose, to really wanting to show like the transition of like control to chaos, I guess, or no control, by just having like, oh, it's really rules heavy, and then slowly but sure it stops even being D&D, and it's just this what we've been doing, which has been very
It's been
roleplay.
a wild ride. Thank you everyone so much. Yeah, you can come find me here on Twitch and Twitter, Dispy, and yeah, I do variety stuff. Yeah, that's about it for me. Thanks guys for coming out.
Thanks for accepting being thrown in the deep end of it, which is also what I did to KPP technically as well, as my newcomers.
I learned a lot. Like, I have actually learned a lot about D&D.
I'll run you through a traditional D&D campaign one day. We'll just play fucking Lost Mines of Fandelver, which is like the 5e basic starter module, and we'll just play it for fun, so that you can have a true, not being stuck in my artsy tornado version of D&D. What about you, Pocket?
To be fair, I don't think any D&D campaign I've ever played, it all like started kind of traditional, and then all of it got fucky really quickly. And it's like, even the last one I was in, it wasn't even like this, where it was very like, had a lot of very scientific fantasy. I don't know how to say it, but like it stuck to being traditional D&D, but like finding gods, resurrecting people, like, and it's just like, how do we get to this? And then summoning a dragon to kill the whole world.
Yeah, it always
it's
gets
like,
silly.
But I think I'm still in the denial stage as well.
Well, I mean, he does have a red background. Perhaps he's lying to us again.
It's hard. I could go for another year. I'm just saying, but you can
I'm
find
not.
me at. There you go.
That's worse.
Yeah, you can find me at Pocket on Twitch and Twitter. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. This was a great campaign, so thank you, Brad, and thank you everyone else. I learned a lot about character development, and I think this is the first character that ended up not as scary in the end as
You
all
got
of my
real
other
scary at
characters.
one point. Like, if we had ended where it looked like it was ending.
If we had stayed like with all the magical abilities and stuff,
Yeah.
I think God of Death Ellie would have been terrifying.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
there was a version of this that, like, I didn't plan for this outcome, They could easily have... Errol Pay could have walked up to Vengeance and worked out... There's a puzzle on Vengeance that you could have
Yeah.
worked out, but she just whipped
It
out
could still be magic, right?
a
Pretty sure she was
thing.
getting attacked.
Yeah, but she just went, fucking shut this thing down, right? And whipped out one
Yeah.
of the stones that was dealing with it. And, she might have, if she had successfully shut it down, then there would still be the gods and magic and stuff, and it would have really impacted the end of
Yeah.
you guys when you were up there going through each of the things. And that would have led to a potential version of this where you guys do return to the mortal realm with magic and powers and all this stuff, and therefore you would still be undead Ellie. You'd still have a patron that was kind of like grooming you to be the queen of shadows and death in the Shadowfell or whatever the hell was going on there. And then
Yeah.
so like in my head several times I was doing the thing PB with Charlie from Always Sunny with all the things,
Yeah.
where I had like
Yeah.
about 18 different versions of this that were working out, and all the time travel, and then this, and then Vendress, and then that guy, and then Sea Stalker, and what if this, and then, and I had all these things where obviously each of the different outcomes could have led to a different version of the previous ending, the false ending, the switcheroo that I did. Not the real ending, which is next week, 100%. And I'm not lying, and everything I'm saying sounds like I'm lying. All right, let's carry on. What about you, Zakoticus?
Hi, I'm Sgarticus. I play Apple Tobith. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find me here in Table Story on Tuesdays. I play Alexander Pepin, a Ravenclaw student at Hogwarts. And you can find me everywhere else on the internet, Sgarticus and all the places. And you can check out my podcast, the Sgodcast, where I just sit down and have cool chats with people. Thanks. If you check any of them out, thanks. If you don't check any of them out, I've got a book I write names in, so just saying.
And what about you, PB?
You're gonna skip me.
All right, you can find PB playing through Final Fantasy VI at 1 Eastern on twitch.tv/pumpkinberry. And if you liked this campaign, you're probably going to like Final Fantasy VI. There was almost Magitech armor in this. I'm not kidding. Just straight, like I sat there for a long time coming up with a synonym for Magitech from Final Fantasy VI, and that's what the word Arcanine is. It's just a synonym for Magitech from Final Fantasy VI. It's the same thing, kinda. And that's what she's playing through this week. She is the Monolith. All right, I'll ground you. You're welcome. Penultimate
you, Brad?
Oh,
episode.
Yeah, what about you,
Yeah.
Brad?
What about
What about you,
me?
Brad?
What about me? Nothing.
Brad's
Don't. I'll
playing
shut
about
it
you.
down.
Don't do it, Brad.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Playing
playing
KOTOR 2. It's fun
KOTOR
to
2.
watch.
I'm sort
And
of
it
trying to
is
play KOTOR 2. I haven't got very
9
far. I don't even have a
a.m.
lightsaber yet. 9 a.m.
EST.
Eastern. That's right.
Every day.
Brad Wuto.
That's right, Brad Wuto. It's 3
Or you
O's
can go to tablestory.tv, twat.
/twat. And that's also, there will be a link that goes to
It
my
takes you directly to
channel.
him.
Which
That is /twat.
twat. That's why I had the episode start with the dreams as well, which I was wondering whether you would pick up on that with the four
That's
of
an
you.
interesting start.
I don't know if you would. I was like, I wonder if this is going to reveal to them. I don't know.
You should
All right.
just
If
stop
you're gonna
talking
go on,
now.
I had
finish
a
that
feeling.
sentence.
All right. That's it. We're almost done. But it's not over yet. We have one more session left. I swear to God, I do not know what is going to happen next week, so I'm very interested to find out along with everyone else. And we'll see you then, usual time. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And see you in the Discord. And we'll see you next week. Peace. Bye.
Bye.